Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. My name is Joe and this is it. This is the big one. It is Manchester United versus Liverpool, or should I say Liverpool versus Manchester United at Anfield. This is the watch-along. A defining, potentially career-defining game.
Career-ending.
Or career-ending game
for
Erik. Yeah. Well, it's been defined either way. I'm joined by Jay Motti.
Yeah.
It's nice to get you here. Get you in person.
Yeah, man.
I mean, from moonlighting for Football Focus and all that.
Yeah, you know, a little cameo there on the BBC. I've always got time for the little channels.
What were you doing? Saying you're twisting my melon, man. And all
that was it, basically.
Was
just,
it?
You know.
How mank.
Yeah, it's got to be a loose fit and all that.
I didn't see it, unfortunately. Can I still catch it on
Yeah, it was like a history lesson. We're talking about cotton and the canals and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, which I'd rather focus on ancient history rather than last year or even looking forward. It was all right. It was a good laugh.
A few United fans still around from before the canal.
Well, I remembered they were speaking about the first game between Newton Heath and Liverpool, and I remember I was there.
Yeah.
I was only young. I was only 12. Yeah. But I do remember it, and we lost 2-0, unfortunately.
You considered boats, the canal boats, to be a sort of an aquatic horse, didn't you?
I considered them to be the devil's work.
Yeah, exactly, a floating horse.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yes. Right, get into the comments, get in your thoughts. We've got the team news out. We're going to get into that in a second. Let me know when we've got the team news ready, guys, and we'll go into that. But
we can go on. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you.
Just quickly, we'll do the team news in just a second. Yeah. How nervous, excited, sort of, what feelings are you feeling approaching this? We've got an hour till kickoff.
Yeah.
You, Jay Motti, how are you feeling?
I've drank the Kool-Aid.
Oh shit!
No,
I didn't even know they were handing Kool-Aid out.
Yeah, I have. I look at that team with McTominay as captain, with Mainoo in midfield, with a front three who've got how many Premier League goals this season?
Two.
And I think we can get a result.
Right.
Genuinely.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, just by the laws of football, there will be a result.
Yeah. I think right.
You know, it doesn't
we can
get
get either a point or a win from this game.
Do you genuinely believe that?
I do.
But
I do genuinely believe it, Joe, because for starters, right, everyone's written us off. Every United fan I've spoke to has written us off. And it's like, oh, you know what, we're doomed, we ain't got a chance. This United team, it's finished and all the rest of it. Yeah. And we're not finished. Like this team has been underperforming all season, but we are capable of beating other teams. It's not like we're 15th.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we beat. Like, it's funny because we beat Everton at Goodison. They've won every game since. Like Chelsea have got their act together since we beat them. We are capable of beating teams. It's like everyone's just assuming. And also, the 7-0 hangs over us. And I'm not saying it doesn't, but that was a complete anomaly. I know we've had bad results, but the way nature of that game, you watch that game, every shot they had went in. Yeah, and that doesn't happen.
The 5-0 was a more demoralising. Poor performance.
That was a terrible performance at Old Trafford.
Yeah,
start to finish. Like there was some of the performances, especially I don't want to single them out because I couldn't mention anyone. Luke Shaw's performance in that game was the worst I've ever seen by United play at Old Trafford. It was, but the 7-0, like every shot went in, and it's like that rarely happens. So I do think United can get a result. It's going to be difficult. It is, and you look at that team, and the one thing I'll say as well is, of the players available, it kind of makes sense what he's done here. Yeah, right. I think Mainoo Amrabat with McTominay further forward is a midfield that for the first time in months makes sense to me because all this stuff with Bruno, I know he's not available today, of moving Bruno about to accommodate McTominay and all this, it's nonsense. Yeah. And you've got a midfield where basically Amrabat's doing all the work all the time, and we'll just get overrun because McTominay doesn't do any donkey work. Bruno can sort of go drifting about, and you end up with like 2 10s and 1 6 and no 8 or no sort of double pivot when you need that in certain games. Here, you've got Mainoo and Amrabat who should complement each other, and somebody can just go into the box and try and get on the end of something. Obviously, I've had, Anthony's not great. I've criticised him, but he can be a handful. Garnacho, I love the kid. And Højlund, he deserves a goal for his performances, man. He's not had it easy. He deserves a goal. And I think that whilst he's not scored in the Premier League, he is capable of scoring. We've seen that in the Champions League. So the front sort of 6, I get it. The back 4, who's available? I personally would have played Wan-Bissaka over Delo. Other than that, what I'm looking at here, I'm not seeing anyone standing out where I go, I can't believe he's done that. I mean, who else has he got to choose from?
I mean, this is no disrespect, but Willy Camboala is on the bench. Yeah, who's someone, isn't someone I'm particularly even aware of at Manchester United. He's not. He's a name that I recognise, but not one that I've heard much at all. that's one of our defensive. That's our only centre back option. So you've got
only
him on the
one
bench.
he could have done was put Shaw at left centre back in it and put Reguilon on. But again, and Shaw's not exactly covered himself in glory recently at left centre back.
No, and also especially against Liverpool, Luke Shaw's got a terrible track record. He was poor last season in the 7. He was like you said, horrendous in the 5-0 at Old Trafford. He's his ability to switch off and let Mo Salah just absolutely control a game is worrying. But we haven't really got any other options anyway.
I think Cobby's got to get over there and help him out sometimes.
Yeah,
Cobby's got to drop deep. You know, like Matic used to do. Matic used to sometimes drop as almost a left back when needs be. And I know it's a lot of pressure. In fact, I think that might be the other way around, to be fair. I think Amrabat might be dropping over onto the left because he's played left back, and he might even be saying, like, you know what, you've got to help him out.
Yeah.
Because if he gets overrun by Mo Salah, then we're in all sorts of trouble. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Amrabat on the left-hand side and if he does drop deep when needs be to try and even double up on Mo Salah, because we know what the guy's capable of. He scored 7 goals against us.
How many?
10.
Fucking hell.
And I was watching it with day, right? I did a tweet. You know when you do one of them tweets that's tongue-in-cheek and then people start taking it seriously and kicking off with you and all that? And I said, the goalkeepers, De Gea and Henderson were to blame for every single goal. And then people go, well, you can't blame him for the first one. I wasn't really blaming just the goalkeepers. The fact of the matter is we've let Mo Salah have it far too easy against United at times. I mean, some of the goals, he's just walking through our defence. It's embarrassing. So, yeah, we've got to get tighter on him because he's a threat. And it's not a case you stop Mo Salah and you stop Liverpool, but you certainly can't afford to not stop him.
Yeah. I mean, you look at Mo Salah scored 10 goals against us in the last few years.
He didn't score over for ages, well, do you remember?
Yeah.
Darmian and Ashley Young kept him quiet.
Yeah.
And he's gone turbo.
Martial scored 12 goals in the last 4 years in the league for United. Salah scored almost as many as that against us in the same time.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's go through the Liverpool team. I've got a few points I want to bring up. Alisson in goal. They're pretty much at full strength. So they've got Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk and Tsimikas. Midfield 3, Szoboszlai, Endo and Gravenberch. With Salah, Darwin Núñez and Diaz on the left as well. Again, pretty much their first choice 11. I'll try and find their substitutes as well, because that was just a first 11 graphic that I was looking at there. Liverpool, top of the league. Let me go through their subs. Adrian, Kelleher, Gomez, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, McConnell, Quansah and Bradley on the bench. So not the strongest of benches for Liverpool. Obviously a few options there, no doubt. Elliott and Gakpo and Gomez if they need him, but and Jones as well. But it's it's pretty much the first team, but not too much to come off the bench if things aren't going well. My big worry for United is we were 1-0 down at half-time last season. I know, like you said, the XG and the fact, and all of this stuff about that game, if you replayed that game and Liverpool had those exact chances again, it could easily be a 2-3-0 game.
Yeah.
However, it wasn't. And United completely capitulated. Like De Gea getting beat at his near post from 6 yards out, Luke Shaw getting spun left, right and centre, balls being played between centre-backs, them not tracking their runners, just everything you don't want to see.
Yeah.
When we were 1-0 down, and you could argue we're, just as good as Liverpool in that first half. 1-0 almost flattered Liverpool a little bit.
Nah, it did. People dug out Gary Neville for saying we were the better team in the first half, but if you watch it, we had the better chances.
Yeah. And we ended up losing that game 7-0. We saw against Galatasaray, we were 2-0 up, we were 3-1 up, we still lost. We saw against Bournemouth the other week. What was it, 1-0 up for most of the game, then it's 2, then it's 3 at Old Trafford, then they score a 4th and it's ruled out for the sort of the modern handball, but 5 years ago it's not getting ruled out because it hits his hand a little bit as it's bobbling over the keeper. I'm not saying they scored 4 because they didn't, they scored 3, but this United's ability to completely crumble when things aren't going well is a hugely worrying sign. I mean, I know we're down to 10 men, but you look at the Copenhagen game. What were we 2-0 up there? 3-1 up.
So Copenhagen, I think the red card was like...
It was.
I understand your point,
but it's something that we've seen in other games
also,
as well.
It's a switching off, innit?
Yeah.
We've got this trait of we keep switching off. Delo's done it a few times. He's been guilty of it. Shaw's done it a few times.
Wan-Bissaka did it the other day.
Wan-Bissaka, just not... And also, other little things as well can go against you sometimes. Like I said, that big hole we tend to have in midfield. Yeah. Sometimes Onana can be a bit erratic. He has this tendency sometimes to just parry things back into the danger area. So, if those things go against you, if you have the sort of situation where Delo switches off at the wrong time, or Onana's a bit erratic at the wrong time, or Shaw switched off at the wrong time, against this Liverpool team, it can cost you. One thing I would have liked to have seen today, and we might still see it, but I doubt it, is actually, and I'm not trying to be all, Stephen Howson tactical genius or anything here, I would have liked to have seen Garnacho and Anthony swap sides. I'm sick of seeing Anthony cutting onto his left foot, and Garnacho cutting onto his right isn't really working that often anymore. I would have liked to have seen him swap and just try and whip some balls into Højlund. I really would. There was a graph that I saw doing the rounds. I think did we tweet it, Alexi, that graph about the amount of chances Højlund's getting. He's getting fewer chances than any other striker in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And he's 6 or whatever we are.
Two less.
Sorry, he's been passed. Sorry,
yeah,
not
which amounts to the same thing.
Yeah,
but
he's been passed 2 less than any other striker in the Premier League. And what are we? I don't even look at the table anymore. But we're not bottom of the Premier League table. We're 8th. Thank you, producer Ethan. So for our striker to be getting passed 2 less than any other striker in the league,
7th, by the way. But cheers.
Oh, we're 7th. Thanks for the. All right, in the live table. Sorry.
Which isn't a real table, but sorry.
This is what we've come to. We're arguing whether we're 7th or 8th, how the mighty have fallen. Is abysmal. And I feel for the kid. And also, I could understand it if Garnacho was putting up Rashford numbers or Anthony was putting up Mason Greenwood numbers back in the day. But they're not. No. Like, I like Garnacho. I think he's a fantastic footballer. But he's not banging in goals, and neither is Anthony. So why not just say to him, you know what, let's switch you around and just focus on trying to get some crosses in on your stronger foot for Højlund to try and get on the end of. I just think that's a tactic that might work.
Yeah, I agree. And my big worry with this team, as I look, obviously the midfield picks itself, because you look on the bench, other than Hannibal, who has been up and down in his performances and is a young lad like Mainu is, but Mainu's been slightly more consistent. There is no real central midfield presence on there. Van der Beek might as well not play for United, and that's harsh, but that's just the reality of his time at the club. So that midfield 3 picks itself, so I'm not blaming the manager for this, but there is very, very little creativity in that midfield. Scott McTominay, first of all, isn't great when he's on the ball. His passing range certainly isn't anything like Bruno Fernandes's, and also doesn't get on the ball enough in the first place. We look every single week, I bring the stats up and I look at it, he averages roughly half as many passes per game as whoever he's next to in midfield. Yeah. Typically, a midfielder will end the game with 60 or 70 passes. McTominay, you're looking at 30 to 35 passes a game. That's not good enough. Which just isn't enough. And then now you get him in this position, and I brought it up last week again against, I think it was against Bournemouth, where you're thinking, okay, so he's not on the ball a lot, but maybe when he does get the ball, maybe he's doing a lot with it. His passes into the final third were like the worst of anyone in the midfield or attack. His defensive contribution isn't particularly great. He's not putting a lot of tackles in. He's not winning the ball back a lot. He's just not involved a lot. He's got the sort of output of someone that is physically very capable and is good in front of goal, but just isn't a top level footballer. Like his details aren't top level, and it just means that the game passes him by a lot. He doesn't know where to stand particularly. He often gets, the game just sort of flows around him. He's just not involved enough. No. And I worry for Garnacho and Anthony and Højlund. Look, you mentioned that stat about Højlund getting the least passes of anyone in the league, any striker in the league this season. Well, McTominay ain't going to find him unless he's in wild space, and McTominay's got wild space to pass it. Garnacho and Anthony. Garnacho's very exciting. Anthony's been slightly wasteful, but neither of them. You don't trust either of them to find a great pass. Like, my worry is, how the fuck are we going to get the ball to Højlund? How are we going to score? I think if Højlund gets it in a decent area, I'd expect him to put the ball in the back of the net. But I don't see how we get it into that area when the midfield, and this isn't Amrabat and Mainu's fault in particular, but they're not, neither of them are Christian Eriksen on the ball, and Scott McTominay certainly isn't Bruno Fernandes. The midfield doesn't really have a huge creative ability. No, that is slightly worrying to me.
It is worrying. I think, to be fair to Erik ten Hag, that midfield of the players available makes the most sense today. You could have gone with a wild card and thrown in a Hannibal Mejbri in there, but I feel like that's too wild for this game. Yeah. It would have been, if it backfires horribly. Yeah. And you end up just getting absolutely smashed, and then people going, what are you doing playing Hannibal in a game like this when he's barely played? Mainu, I think, earns his right to be in that team. He did more in 10 minutes against Bayern Munich than Bruno, McTominay and even Amrabat put together. Yeah. Amrabat, I think, has been better in general over the last few weeks than he was when he first arrived. I think we're beginning to see why we brought him in. him and Mainoo works. I get your point about McTominay. I've criticised this idea of almost building a team around Scott McTominay because I think it's nonsense. But for who's available today, with him having Mainoo and Amrabat behind him, despite the points you've made, and I agree with them all, because we haven't got a Bruno or an Eriksen, McTominay just getting into that box, trying to get on the end of something, kind of makes sense to me. So I do get it, because let's face facts. Van der Beek's the forgotten man. You've got more chance of starting for United than he has. Dango is a kid who's not played. You can't put him in at Anfield now. That's just not fair.
No.
And I've already mentioned Hannibal. So the players you've got available, that is the best way to do it for me.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I don't think he could have done anything different, but I'm still just worried about the limitations
I hear you,
of that
because
as a midfield.
I don't want to sound like I'm digging out at somebody. He's got 5 Premier League goals, and that is a good return. And I understand it, but we've got into this sort of thing now where it's like, right, okay, let's try and get McTominay on the ball. Let's almost like make it all about him.
Yeah.
And it's flawed because he isn't scoring loads of goals. He scored 5 goals. 2 of them came off the bench against Brentford. Another 2 came against Chelsea, and 1 was against Sheffield United. He scored in 3 games basically, which is a good return. But you're almost treating him like he's a prime Scholes in. It's like, right, it's all about him. Moving Bruno out of a position into where he's not as suited as well. And it just looks a mess. I was watching it against Munich, and it just looks like we've got a big hole in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
And at times Munich were just walking through it, and you're like, this isn't good enough. Today, with Mainoo and Amrabat together, I think it works a lot better. The question is, can we get sort of a tune out of McTominay in terms of getting him onto something? I mean, he was a little bit unlucky as well against, who was it away from home? Was it Fulham when he had that goal disallowed?
Yeah.
Which was harsh in my opinion. So he is capable of getting on things, and we're at the stage now where even a set piece might be the way. Yeah. If we get a corner or something, or a free kick, Scott can get his head on things. That could be an option there as well. And plus, another thing you get with McTominay is defensively on set pieces, he's got height. I know it sounds like a bit basic, but Liverpool got Van Dijk, they've got Canate, haven't they?
Yeah.
They're a threat in the air, them two, especially. And I don't think it's Núñez starting. Sorry,
Darwin Núñez is starting.
Darwin Núñez is a bit of a lump as well, innit? So you need a bit of height there. You've got Evans, you've got McTominay, and Varane's decent in the air. You've got Højlund as well, obviously. Yeah. Just these little things you need to think about, because it can be fine margins today. I know everyone's thinking, we can see nearly go and get battered, but it might be fine margins that do this. It might be a set piece that makes a difference. Either way, let's not forget, you're going to lose him 1-0, and Liverpool will get a free kick, and it's just that one chance. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, any little sort of help you can give yourself, I get. And the one advantage that Ten Hag's got today is there's not too many decisions to make.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
The only one was Rashford, wasn't it? But he's not been fit, so I guess even that isn't a huge decision.
No.
My thing with Rashford is, I think we'll probably need him late on, assuming the game's close, because I know Garnacho obviously scored that amazing goal against Everton, and we've seen him do bits here and there. Anthony was the game winner against Barcelona, so he's not completely clueless in terms of big games and goals, but then neither of them compared to Marcus Rashford's ability against PSG, Chelsea, Arsenal, City, Liverpool. Time and time again, he gets goals and he gets big moments for United. He's the one that, yes, he's been poor this season, but these are the sort of games that, above anyone else available, I trust him to do something in a game like this. So hopefully he can come on later on.
The only reason I would have started Marcus tonight or today is purely because I think Garnacho off the bench is a real force.
Yeah.
In a way that Marcus isn't. I think when you need someone off the bench, Garnacho is. I think he's one of the best players in the league coming off the bench. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's proven that against the big teams. Last season against City at Old Trafford, I always go back to that game because that kid came on with 15 minutes, whatever it was, 20 minutes ago, and absolutely destroyed him. And everyone forgot because they were so busy about the Bruno Fernandes goal and was it offside and all this other drama. They forgot that this lad, this 18-year-old at the time I think he was, came on and destroyed the treble winners, or the soon-to-be treble winners. Like, he was ridiculous. And he did it again in the FA Cup final. He was the only one who looked like he had something about him. So Garnacho off the bench is always a threat in a way that even Rashford isn't. So I would have maybe been tempted with that one. But like you say, if Rashford's not fully fit, then you can't be starting someone who's not 100% match fit against Liverpool, because you may as well just start with 10 men.
I'm going to get into some positivity in just a minute.
Go on.
But before that, I've got a couple of super chats and I've got something, some stats and some.
All right. They better be better than your other stat you gave me the other day. That was horrible.
We'll go through all of that. Mr. Tibbs says Liverpool fan in peace.
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
For one,
if you know, you know.
I don't. I believe this is not going to be an easy game. I'm expecting a reaction from United. Interesting. Aman says...
I love that. I come here, Liverpool fan in peace. Yeah, you can fuck off. Go on.
Aman says, when is Jay doing a collab with the Tipsy Bartender? Do you know him?
The Tipsy Bartender? I don't know.
I guess. So, you'll have seen him before. He makes the most ridiculous drinks ever. But, I mean, I can only assume...
Yeah.
That
I look like him.
I guess because you know the idea of making a fucking bucket's worth of a cocktail is probably not the best idea for you, is it?
Nah, like even if we get back today, I'm not going to go back on it. If he makes mocktails, I do like a nice mocktail now and again.
Yeah, some of his cocktails are absolutely.
Can I just say as well, Mr. Tibbs, I'm only joking with you, by the way. I feel a bit bad.
No, you meant that. James Stewart says this is rock bottom. How is McTominay captain? In all fairness, right, who would you put as captain?
Let's run through it, right? Onana's not captain.
No.
Sure. No, maybe.
Sure, a possibility.
He's not had a great record against Liverpool. He's not been that great over the last few weeks, if I'm being brutally honest with you. I don't see him as a captain. He barely opens his mouth. Raphael Varane has played 2 games in 3 months.
At the start of the season, if this game was the first game of the season, I would say Varane.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah. But it's not, so I'm not. Even though if Varane had been captain, I wouldn't have been that dismayed by it. But there's issues there. Evans, yes, possibly, but let's be honest, he's 5th choice centre-back. Yeah, he's got that experience, but Johnny Evans hasn't been with us since 2007. He went away for 10 years and came back, so there's a bit of a difference there. Evans would have made a kind of sense because of his experience and his stature and all the rest of it, but again, he's not really first choice. He's come back. He was signed on a 1-month deal that became a year deal. Yeah. Maybe looking at it going, he's not that guy anymore. Delo, no, I'm not even discussing that. Mainu's a child. Amrabat's just arrived. McTominay, he's been in and around the first team for 8 years. Yeah. He's a first team player now, whether you like it or not. And Erik Ten Hag has made him one of the focal points of this team. Garnacho, another kid. Højlund, no. And who's the other one? Anthony. Don't be silly.
Yeah. I think in the absence of the likes of Rashford, Casemiro, even Lisandro Martinez. I mean, obviously Bruno, he is, but there's no question there. Those 3, I think, if they were starting and fit and in form, I would pick them all as captain over McTominay. And same with Varane, if he was starting regularly and fit. And if, like I said, if this was the last game of last season or the first game of this season when Varane had been playing every time he was fit for 12 months, I would assume he'd be captain. But the only person on the pitch who has been fit and playing every week for the last 2 months is Dalot, Onana, Højlund, Garnacho and McTominay. And of those, McTominay's the only real option. It's upsetting.
Everyone else
is just where we
are,
isn't it?
They're all flawed in some way.
Yeah.
I don't particularly think Scott McTominay is a great captain for Manchester United, but I think of the options available, it kind of makes the most sense. So I think, fair play to the kid. He's come through the ranks. He's now captaining United against Liverpool. Steps onto the pitch as our top scorer in the Premier League. It's a big day for him and hope he can live up to it.
Can I shock you, Jay?
Please do.
Stat attack! Right?
Yeah, I've just wet myself.
Front or back?
Both.
Yeah. Right. I want to bring you this idea that United haven't won a game against any of the top 9 away from home since Ten Hag.
I love the fact you've gone on full Jose Mourinho. This idea, it's not real. It's an idea.
It's an idea.
It's debatable.
It is.
Have we lost all those games? It's up for discussion.
We've not lost all of them, actually. We drew one against Tottenham.
Oh, good job we were 2-0 up with 20 minutes to go. Otherwise, that'd be embarrassing.
Now, of course, it is the case that losing these games is worrying. Of course.
Yeah.
But when you sort of dig into it, for me, the most worrying bit is the fact that we are conceding, on average, almost exactly 3 goals per game. On average. So every single away game against a big team, we concede 3 goals.
Okay.
We're scoring just under 1 goal a game. Obviously, you don't need my maths to work out that 3-1 on average means you've lost them all, which we pretty much have. My worry is And we've seen in recent weeks, in recent months, Ten Hag being slightly more attacking in his lineups against these teams, because we can't sit back and defend well.
Yeah.
And I've only just sort of realised this. I noticed it was so clear against Galatasaray when we tried to let's protect the lead. Couldn't do it. Against Newcastle, we sat back against them at St James's Park. Let's sit back. Let's soak up pressure. We couldn't do it.
No.
When we try and sit back, the opposition team just has chance after chance after chance after chance. And I know I say this to you sort of jokingly. Neil Warnock can go into a team that is leaking goals and, if nothing else, make them hard to score against.
Yeah.
They might lose, they might still get relegated, this, that and the other, but we've played against Neil Warnock teams, or not we, Man United have played against Neil Warnock teams, against sort of Sean Dyche teams, Sam Allardyce teams. These managers are known for the defensive style, and it's fucking horrible to play against them. Yeah. And we've got better players than any of those managers have ever managed in their entire careers, and yet we cannot defend. What is that about?
The part of the problem is, I understand where you're coming from. I'm not, dismissing it or whatever, but I think if you're Sean Dyche and you're in charge of Everton or Burnley or whatever, and you're playing an Arsenal or a Spurs, you can play for a 0-0. You can dig deep and just sit deep, and everyone's okay with that. And no one minds if you get a 0-0. If you're Erik ten Hag, there's an expectation you've got to have a bit of a go. And also, if you've got an attack, especially this season, which isn't getting any goals, you have to be a little bit more adventurous. You have to try and get the ball to the pitch a bit more than perhaps you would if you were just you had someone who you can rely on to get you the odd goal. Because we haven't even got that.
No.
So I understand what you mean. It's not good enough. I'm not excusing it. I just think it's slightly different than the situation you have with like an Allardyce or with a Dyche, because they can just sort of, if they get a 0-0 at home against Chelsea, they celebrate like they've won the league. Yeah. If we get that, it's a massively disappointing result.
But the thing is, though, at this point, and I know this is going to sound ridiculous,
go on.
I know people, and you see it, it's sort of semi-tongue-in-cheek to a certain degree, but who would almost take a 1-0 loss today. Like, I
people,
genuinely think...
Like, you could fill a fucking...
Yeah.
You could fill Old Trafford with him.
Yeah. Like, a lot of people I've spoken to, a lot of United fans, what we see on social media, people in the comments... I genuinely, and I agree to a certain extent, that I think if United were to lose 1-0 today in a spirited, hard-working, unlucky performance, I think that would be a net gain to our confidence this season. Yeah. I know that sounds mad. I think there are circumstances in which we can lose this game and we leave it going, you know what? I'm impressed by those players today. They did what we wanted them to do. They did things we didn't think they could, and we've still come out with a loss. Yeah. So if we defended really well today, Liverpool had 3 shots on target all game. Oh, and in the last minute they scored. You know what? I can defend that. Yeah. But the problem is, in a lot of these losses, you can't. It's not like we're trading, a porous defence for an exciting attack. The one you could really say that was the 6-3. But even then, the only reason we scored 3 is because City let us. Yeah. The rest of them, we're not like. There's like 7-0, 2-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-0, 4-0. Like, so many of these games, we look awful defensively and aren't doing anything going forward either. It is concerning, isn't it? Yeah. Like our ability to manage big games, especially away from home, is like disastrously bad.
Yeah, no,
I don't know what to do.
I agree. It is, and it's just really worrying, and it's really weird because I can understand it, like under Rangnick when the wheels came off. Under Moyes is probably a better example. Remember when we were getting beat like 3-0 at home off Liverpool, and you're losing away, I think was it 3-1 or 4-1 at City, and you're just losing like home and away, you're losing 2-0 at home to City or whatever it was. Like anyone who's a decent team or a really good team, you're getting beat home and away. Yeah. Under Ten Hag last season at Old Trafford, we beat everyone. Yeah. Like after that Brighton game, we more or less beat all the top teams, including Barcelona, and yet away we were woeful. Yeah. So it's so weird to see that sort of that gap between our home performances and our away performances, which is basically the same group of players. By and large, it's the same group of players for United, the same group of players for Liverpool or for City or for whoever, and yet we just can't turn up against them away from Old Trafford. It's really, really strange. The problem you've got this season is now your home form's gone at the dogs as well. So we're losing to Bournemouth, we're losing to Brighton, we're losing to Palace at home, and then we're going away to Arsenal, Spurs, and all the rest of it and losing. Yeah. That is where Erik Ten Hag's job has come under pressure because he's no longer got his home form to fall back on. And I'm sorry, I know it might sound simplistic, and there's probably bigger reasons behind it, and it's not the be-all and end-all, but a massive part of that is when you've got a player who scored almost every home game who stopped scoring, that's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford literally equalled the record for the amount of home games with a goal in a consecutive run last season. And I don't think he scored at Old Trafford this season.
Yeah.
Like, that affects you.
Yeah.
Like, if you just suddenly take away all your goals and no one else steps up, then you're not going to win the same amount of football matches. And not only that, the games themselves are different because you no longer have that thing where you've gone 1-0 up or you've equalised, so you're back in the game.
Yeah.
You don't have that.
No.
You like against Bournemouth, if Marcus was playing on fire, then and he'd have got you a goal, say, when you're 1-0 down and equalise. It might get everyone going. It might, we'll kick on and win this now.
Yeah.
You haven't had that. And I think that matters because it's for me, one of the most obvious reasons you can pinpoint and go, well, that's changed this season. We haven't got that anymore.
Yeah.
Because we haven't.
And some of that comes down to Ten Hag and his management of Marcus Rashford. And Louis Gardner here says, peak for Ten Hag then, get more out of Rashford. But the other side of that is, if you look at all the top 30 goal a season players, 25, 30 goal a season players that Marcus Rashford has proved himself capable of being, Harry Kane, Mo Salah in particular, they do it every single year, especially Kane. He hasn't won a fucking trophy in his life. So he's not just doing it when Spurs are doing well. They went through 3 managers last season. Every other week they've got fucking, what's his name, Ryan Mason or whatever, managing him off the bench.
Yeah.
Some child who's never managed anyone else, yet he gets the Tottenham job every other month.
Yeah.
He's had Conte, he's had Jose, he's had Conte's mate who lasted 2 weeks.
Santini
lost every game. Then he's had other managers, and he scores 30 goals a year every year, or 25 goals and 20 assists, 15 assists, like every single year.
Yeah.
So Marcus Rashford is an exceptional player and an underrated player, I think, for what he's done over the last few years.
Yeah.
But his inability to overcome United's bad seasons in terms of his personal output is a limiting factor to how great he will be as a player.
You know what?
It absolutely
is. It's a really rational perspective that you've got there. Because I don't believe you score 80-odd goals for United if you're terrible.
No, of course
I don't believe you get 30 goals in a season if you're a bad footballer. I just don't. I don't think you do. Not at this level anymore. Look at the levels these players are playing at. I don't think you score against City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, PSG, against all those top teams if you're crap at football. I just don't. But there's something psychologically that isn't... I think saying isn't right, it sounds harsh, that he doesn't have in his locker where when the chips are down, when things aren't going well, he can mentally get through that. He can mentally still put in the performances you need. You saw it when the wheels came off under Ralph Rangnick. Marcus had a 5-goal, I think, season.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable for a player of his ability. He's on for that again this season. Like, a player with Marcus Rashford's ability should not be dropping 5 goals a season. No. He should be dropping a minimum of double figures. Bare minimum. And players can have off-seasons. Son had one last season. Son didn't score loads of goals last season. I think he scored about 14 in all competitions or something, which for him is quite low. But this season, he's been on fire. And that last season was an anomaly. The trouble you've got with Marcus, if he has another poor season, then you're going to say out the last 3 seasons, he's had 2 bad ones and 1 good one.
Yeah.
And if Erik Ten Hag doesn't survive, and even if he does, he might look at him and go, I can't rely on this kid. I can't rely on someone who's going to turn up one season, not the next. And also, what you tend to have with the top players is their poorer seasons are still better. Like with Son, he still contributed 14 goals, whatever it was. And I'm not sure the exact stats. I've seen it with other United players where they've tailed off a little bit, but they still hit double figures. They still score some big goals. They still put in big performances. You're not really seeing that with Marcus. Yeah. And I hate hating on him because he's my favourite player, but this season, he's just not turned up. He just hasn't. We've seen moments and games and halves where he's been all right or he's been good, but on the whole, Marcus Rashford's having a bit of a stinker, and it's a shame because we need him. United need him. No one is stepping up. Anthony's done nothing in terms of goals and assists. Garnacho scored one of the best goals I've ever saw, but he's not putting up big numbers. He's only a kid. And Højlund, new signing, too much expectation on him. Yeah. I've already mentioned the fact he's getting fewer passes than any other striker in the league. It's not fair on him. We need someone else. Also, Martial's almost useless. You need Marcus to be performing, and he isn't. And I don't know if you can blame Ten Hag for that. I don't know if you can blame Marcus for that. I don't know. The player's got to take some responsibility. He's the ultimate person who's responsible for it.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, he's just become a shadow of the player we saw last season.
I don't think he's alone either in terms of having maybe some sort of confidence or mentality issues that he struggles to overcome. I think part of the reason United have been so poor away from home, like we said, 11 games, 0 wins against the top 9 since Ten Hag arrived. Part of that is because we are so fragile mentally. And we've got players who crumble under big pressure. Like we've seen it enough times, like enough semi-finals, the final against Villarreal, big games away from home that we're seeing now. Like, the fact that we concede so many goals. And the only difference really is, obviously the pitch is slightly different, but, it's not drastically different. You can still do a lot of the same things. The atmosphere is different. The confidence is different. Like, the fact that it's so polarised, especially last season, didn't win a single game away from home against the top 9 and beat almost every one of the top 9 except, Brighton, at home. The fact that we can do that is... It has to be a mentality thing. I don't see what else it can be, and that is a big worry. And you've got players in there who, over 4, 5, 6, 7 years have proven that when it's really difficult, when it's a big game and there's a lot of pressure, they crumble.
Can someone get us the quotes, Merits, on our please?
Yeah, I've got one quote from a little bit before.
Doing his interview now.
On Scott McTominay. Ten Hag said that I think he's an example of what it means to wear the badge and play for Manchester United. He'll be an example of passion and desire, and others can build on that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Just like I said, my issue with Scott McTominay has been this idea that we're moving Bruno around to accommodate him. We've got big holes in midfield. He doesn't get on the ball enough. If you're just saying to him, look, your entire job is just to try and get in the box and get on the end of stuff, obviously he's got to do a little bit more than just that.
Yeah.
But that, for this game, makes sense. When you've got Mainu and Amrabat behind him, it hasn't made sense to me when you've had Bruno there and Amrabat, because we've just been getting overrun in midfield.
Yeah.
Like, every game I've seen that, other than bar the Chelsea game, we've looked all over the gaff.
Yeah.
And, Bournemouth had the run of the midfield the other week, and it was embarrassing. Bayern Munich, one of the best midfields in world football, we just gave them Old Trafford.
Yeah.
And I honestly think Bayern Munich never really got out of second gear. I honestly think they didn't. We
know it as well. Sometimes you see the way that United play, and especially in the press, where we look hesitant, and players think, I was listening to 5 Live earlier, and there was Theo Walcott on there, and Neda Manu was on there as well. I know your best mate.
Neda Manu, all right, okay, yeah.
But obviously they've played at the top level and won big trophies.
Not the worst player that played for QPR that day, to be fair, but go on.
Yeah, that's true. But they were talking about how, you go into these sorts of games sometimes knowing you're not where you should be. You're not going to, you're probably not going to win. And people act like footballers go into every game full of confidence. They know that Eriksen, Lisandro Martinez, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, they know that Casemiro, they know we're missing all of these players. And I think sometimes you see it. We saw against Bournemouth even, which shouldn't be an issue mentality-wise and confidence-wise, where someone goes to press, and instead of following their man and completely, making the press, they'll sort of step off, and it allows the player to sort of turn into space. And we saw against Liverpool last season where we're sort of doing things 2/3 and 3/4 because I think we're nervous, or there's a level of sort of timidity to the team that just gets absolutely ripped apart by Liverpool seemingly every time we play them. Another quote here, we're going to hear from Abdul in just a minute as well. He's over in Stats Corner today.
Yeah. But he's got some stats for us.
He's got too many.
He's got stats that's going to convince you United are going to win.
He's got stats.
He's got a stat that he's just made up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just bring up fake stats. Right, let me get to this quote from Ten Hag quickly. He says, "We know we play against a good team and it's going to be tough, but we can take belief that we've beaten them in the past." That's true.
When he's talking like the 1996 FA Cup final.
Yeah, well, when's the last time
we can rely on Erik Cantona to get us a winner. We beat him, right? I remember seeing Carlos Tevez score a winner there. Wayne Rooney got a couple of winners at Anfield, if memory serves. The trouble is that these players don't play for us anymore because it was that long ago.
Right, here's something mad, by the way, and this shows how long it's been, right? Do you know when you search things on Google and it says people also ask, like, top questions?
Yeah.
So I've searched Man United versus Liverpool at Anfield, trying to find United's record. Yeah. One of the suggested questions is, has Man United ever beaten Liverpool at Anfield?
Like, we've literally played Liverpool like 300 times, whatever it is.
But the thing is...
Oh, no, it's about 180 times, I think.
If you're a Man United fan who's like 15, 16 years old, you cannot remember the last time you've never seen or remember.
Do you know my lad?
Man United winning at Anfield. He won't know.
My lad's 8, yeah. He's been to loads of games. I took him on Tuesday, whenever it was, to see Bayern Munich game. I took him to the FA Cup final. We went out this morning to watch Wonka, just to have a happy memory for today. Amazing. And his mum was chatting to him about, watching the game when we get home. And he went, I don't think I can watch it. Oh. He's 8. And he's
Where's he got that from?
I don't know. Yeah, he's like, I don't think I can watch it. And I'm like, I don't want to try and convince him to be honest with you, because it's, I'll have social services at my door. So yeah, I can understand that sort of point of view, because it could be a tough watch.
The last time we beat them at Anfield was in January 2016.
So is it Wayne Rooney that scored the winner, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Under Louis van Gaal. So we're approaching 7 years.
Under Louis van Gaal.
No,
so
we're approaching 8 years.
Jose didn't get a result there then, obviously. Ollie didn't get a result there. Ragnick certainly didn't. And we know Erik didn't. So we've gone through 4 managers without getting a result at Anfield. The sad thing is, right, when I was little, Liverpool used to win titles, and European Cups and all that. And then we used to have a really good record against them under Atkinson. Like, even under Fergie, like in the 80s, they were winning, but we'd always turn up. I think we knocked them out of the FA Cup in the semi-final once. Robbo scored a worlder. Like,
well,
it was one of those.
Here, from December 1979 to November 1985, United lost to Liverpool twice.
That's what I'm saying. And they were winning Champions Leagues or European Cups and leagues, and we weren't. Yet we'd always turn up against them. Do you know what I mean? We beat them in 77 to stop them winning the treble. Like we had in the FA Cup final, we had a great record against them. Yeah. And then, for whatever reason, and let's not forget, you look at those results, we've not won since 2016. Since 2016, we've finished above Liverpool, I think, 3 times in the league. Like 2018, last season, and the season under Ollie. Like, it's not like they're constantly above us. They're not. Yet, for some reason, our record has been awful. Even look at the record against Manchester City. Ollie had a great record that he had. City, during that time, were earning more points than any Premier League team in history. Yet we could still go there and get a result. Yeah. Yet for some reason at Anfield, we're incapable of it. And it's weird and it's audible.
It is. Abdul is joining us. It's good to have you on, mate. You have an analytical eye. We can say that. You've seen the teams. What are you thinking? What are you looking forward to? What are you dreading when you look at those lineups and you look at this game?
I mean, pretty much the same as on paper, same as what we've seen, bar obviously Bruno, who's unavailable today. I think it's just going to be quite interesting of, who plays further up. Is it Scott McTominay? Is it Kobbie Mainoo? I did a little thing on Twitter like 2 days ago where I seen a video going around of, I think it was Scott McTominay, performance against Leicester City last season away from home, where he played as the defensive midfielder, and he actually looked quite good that game. And I sort of highlighted the point that I think our biggest fault, Erik ten Hag's biggest fault, is the start of last season, the first game, if you remember, at Brighton. He played Scott McTominay further up the pitch, almost in this 10-8 hybrid role that he's playing in right now. Yeah. And genuinely one of the worst performances I've seen from a Man United midfielder.
Do you think Ten Hag doesn't see that? Because we all, a lot of people criticise Scott McTominay. We point out just the sort of black and white numbers of it. He's averaging about 30 passes a game. That's substantially less than you'd want from someone if you want to really assert control. He's not creating much for his teammates. He's got 5 Premier League goals, which is pretty good, but it's not Alan Shearer numbers, is it? He's not staying in the squad because he's catapulting us to a league title with his goals. I know today's different because of the suspensions, but what do you think Ten Hag is seeing in him now that he wasn't seeing last year because he didn't play him?
Well, I think it's out of sheer desperation, right, the role that he's playing in, because the start of last season, like I said, that Brighton game's an example, and once he had that game, he reverted to using him in DM, and he actually kept Casemiro at the team for that part of the season when Casemiro had first joined. Casemiro took a bit of time to get started, and I thought Scott McTominay was actually solid at DM. So the way I see it, a place like Liverpool today, play him deep, get him to win the ball. And when you look at that Leicester game that I'm referring to, Eriksen was playing alongside him. You play Amrabat to do that, to get the ball off the defence and try and play out. He wants to carry slightly a bit more. And then push someone like Kobbie up, because Kobbie's can turn naturally when playing for the 18s and the 15s and stuff like that, and the younger teams in the setup. He did play further up, but obviously I think personally from the moment I first watched him, I always thought he'd play deeper in midfield because of how well he receives the ball and takes away the pressure. But I think in a game like today, I think Scott McTominay, it's the issue, like, when I've highlighted it so many times here that people tend to think that I'm targeting him.
Yeah.
But I'm not really targeting him, I'm targeting the use of him. Because when he's scoring goals, it's putting a curtain in front of the fact that, you know, you can't just look at goals. From midfield, I think it's different because when you're a forward line player, you're not having the best of games, you can get away with it. We've seen even like Marcus Rashford last season, like he'll have games where he's not at his best, but he'll get you a goal and he can get away with it. Or like Garnacho this season, with the game that he scored against Everton, I don't think he was particularly amazing, but scored an incredible goal. And I feel like as a forward, you can have sort of decent games and get away with it. But as a midfielder, you're leaving a massive hole in midfield if you're not used correctly. And I feel like as much as we want to get onto Scott McTominay for doing what he's doing and sort of not passing as much as we want, not controlling the play, it's Erik ten Hag that's using him in that manner. And last season there was examples of him playing deeper and offering the team more. I think even under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Scott was one of my favourite players probably in the squad because he played really well in his role in that double pivot, was consistent throughout that role. I think he wasn't like you know, the leading example of how you want Manchester United to play to win a title, to get there. But I think for the time that he was under Ole, I felt like he did a solid job. And the reason is because where he played in the pitch.
Can I just ask you about Liverpool? Who's at left back for them today?
Tsimikas.
Yeah. What's he like? Do you reckon, can you see Anthony getting any joy out of him? Because we know Trent has his defensive frailties, and I'm hoping Garnacho can get at him. What about the other side? Anthony isn't the most productive player, but he can get past players. Do you think he could get any joy down that right-hand side today?
I feel like with Tsimikas, I've seen some very weird games. I was watching the Europa League game the other night, like a couple of weeks back against Toulouse, got caught. He's quite sloppy sometimes in possession. I don't think he's as physical as Andy Robertson as well. Like, I think he's actually quite flimsy on the ball.
Yeah.
But he's got a great cross on him, and I think he's a threat. And this is what Man United need to change today compared to what we did at St James's Park, is we can't allow their fullbacks to pin our wingers down. That is the first example of you having a poor setup. There's only so much that we're going to keep talking about running, keep talking about tracking back. And I kept saying this because there's too much lousy analysis of it on Sky, on TNT and all these platforms where you expect better analysis from ex-pros.
Yeah,
and all we hear
I completely agree with that.
There's so much on that, and we get it. Like, we sit here and we say it, but let's be honest, a bunch of players don't make it to this level of football if they're sat lazy and like not doing training. There's more to it.
We are back.
Apologies for sticking with us as well, people that did.
I think there's a Liverpool fan running around the building cutting our internet cable, trying to get us taken down. But
he might be doing us a favour, to be honest with you. He might have just saved us.
Yes, we have absolutely overcome. Yes, thank you very much for sticking around. We've got 1 minute till kick-off. We need some score predictions. Get your score predictions in the comments. Who's going to score? What will the scoreline be? Jay, can you be positive? Can United win this game?
Go on, why not? 2-1 United.
Do you think that? What do you actually think, honestly?
I think we can get some out of this game.
Do you?
Yeah. I think we can get a draw out of it. I'll go 1-0 Rasmus Højlund. Go on.
Abdul, what are you saying?
You know what? I went away from my usual prediction last game. Bournemouth, and we got battered 3-0, so I'm going back to 3-1.
3-1 United. Right.
I'm not going to say to which team.
What are you saying?
Honestly,
yeah,
I think we'll lose 4-0.
Okay. That's the most realistic.
I don't see how we're going to score, personally. We don't make any chances.
No.
Especially without Bruno. And since Rashford stopped playing, and not that he was making loads of chances, but since he started playing well, we just don't score.
No.
And they do, and we can't defend. Hopefully I'm wrong. Right, the game is kicked off.
Also, don't forget as well, we're in Dublin on 28th of December. There's a link in the description. We'll put a link in the chat. Come and join us.
Yes, Stretford Paddock live. We will be joined by Wes Brown, me, Jay, Adam McCullough, Stephen Howson will be there, Wes Brown will be there, Webby will be making an appearance as well. Live in Dublin on the 28th of December. We'll put a link to that in the chat, like Jay said. Come down, come chat to us, see us afterwards, have a drink, have a good night, and we can forget about some of this nonsense that we've been seeing recently.
It's a corner to Liverpool already after 34 seconds. It's flicked on, and Konate's just hoofed it into the up into the box. I don't know what's going on there. Go on, Amrabat. That's probably going to be a foul, I think. Yeah,
Probably
it is.
a
It's
booking,
flagged.
to be honest.
God, don't give him a booking after 50 seconds. Oh, Michael Oliver. I forgot that snivelling little Tory was the referee.
We've got a few super chats. Harry Physique says, can we just take a moment and pray to the football gods? Not going to lie, I just team youth, let them play manic, lol. I don't know what that means, but yes, let's pray to the football gods. Nicholas Walker says, I had my cat put to sleep this morning. I'm expecting that to be the high point of my day, to be honest.
I don't know if that's a joke or if it's true. If it is a joke, very good. If it's true, thoughts with you at this difficult time.
He also says,
Jesus
the ball
wept.
bobbling towards
A free
United's
kick
back
whipped
post
in
there.
there, and it was a bit of pinball, but I think Amrabat did enough to get rid of it. Amrabat's giving Michael Oliver a little hug there. I don't know what that's all about.
He said, could we just not turn up and accept the 3-0? I would. Just United refuse to field the team.
Is that what you get? Is he on 3-0 loss?
I think so. State on some sort of political grounds.
At the Soccer Dome, it used to be 10-0.
Did it? But that's
Power
five-a-side,
League, yeah. You used to, if you forfeited the game, you lost 10-0.
But I suppose as well...
Why is Alisson so far out of his box as well, the weasel?
I suppose as well, at Soccer Dome, you're a lot more likely for a team to kick off and walk off or not turn up or whatever than you are in the Premier League.
My favourite game at the Soccer Dome, we were playing this team once and they were decent as well, right? And it was a really close game. It was like 4-3 or whatever. I don't know. There was one goal in it. And at half time, they went outside, right? And they came back on and they stunk of weed. And we just battered them in the second half.
Just shit.
They were proper stoned. It was ace.
Fuck you, bye.
Arguing with each other, just not bothered and that. It was so funny, not running and that.
That's great.
Liverpool all over us here.
Yeah.
That's a tackle, that.
IQ says,
why did you take a touch then?
McTominay's had 3 assists, not this season, his whole career. Bring up his stats and you'll be shocked. How does he get away with it?
Right, we know McTominay's flaws. We know, I get that. If that is true, that is shocking. I'm not his biggest fan, but needs must at the minute. And we haven't exactly got an abundance of other midfielders.
Scott McTominay has got 3 Premier League assists in his whole career.
That is unbelievable.
True. He's got 6 in his whole career. He's got 6 assists in 257 appearances.
This is another. In the first 3 minutes of this game, Liverpool have just been camped in our box, basically, or our final third, I should say, not our box.
Yeah, this is going to sound horrible, Jay.
Go on.
And hopefully by the end of this game, I'm eating my words.
Yeah.
When I saw before on watching it, obviously on Sky, and I saw this United lineup sort of written out.
Done there, they're in here. Who was that there? Clearing. That was that Johnny Evans?
Yeah.
Well done, Johnny Evans.
I saw this lineup written out.
Another corner.
And I've got a feeling that in 3, 4, 5 years to come,
yeah,
this lineup is going to be one of those where we sort of laugh at how bad things had got.
Right, okay.
I think there's a possibility that 9 of this starting 11 don't make it as a success for Man United.
One thing that I want to say, and I'll say this right now, whatever happens today, Kobe Mainoo gets a pass.
Yeah.
Don't want to hear any slander.
Yeah.
He has even if he has a stinker today, he's an 18-year-old thrown in at Anfield because of lack of proper investment in the midfield and an horrific injury list.
Yeah.
So it's not on him, regardless. But I understand your point that we may look back. We may look back and name all our kids after these players because we win. Salary and I don't know. It wasn't like Salah went for a pass there at the back post, or was that just a shot that went at Ryan Nunes tried to get in the end of it? Because if I'm Salah, I'm definitely shooting here.
I think he just thought, get it to the back post.
Yeah.
It might go in.
To be fair, if it was going in, Onana's all over it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, God. We're playing out from the back and they're pressing us like you would expect them to.
Well done, Johnny.
Johnny Evans.
What you got now? What you got?
I mean, I don't know if that was the most helpful pass to Amrabat, but...
Fuck off.
You know, I know it's obvious. It's obvious, and it's been said 100 times, but so much better with Martinez plays.
Yeah.
I know he played last year when we got battered. I'm not ignoring that, but especially playing out from the back, he's probably our most important player in that respect.
Yeah. We're continuing to play it short, long.
When we beat Liverpool at Old Trafford, we didn't play out from the back. We just went long.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know whether we're being a bit naive. We might need to be a
That's
bit more practical.
pass from
The low there.
Anthony's got a
Yeah,
one-on-one
McTominay's
with his man.
making a run there. Oh, Anthony!
Come on, win this now, win this. Hold on. And again. Someone's got a challenge for that. Fucking hell. What?
Was that Anthony again then? Honestly.
What? Which one?
Just not getting his head up.
Yeah, just wanted to have a shot, didn't
He does. He always wants to have a shot, and his
Yeah.
shooting's terrible. But McTominay was in space then, running in like you want him to be.
Was the reason our striker's got the least passes to him of any striker in the league?
I feel so sorry for Højlund, you know.
Yeah, me
I
too.
do. Like,
There's one pass to him.
yeah, there you go.
60-yard boot at the
Yeah,
post.
there you go. Get your head on that, lad. Deal with that. We're going to end up wrecking. I think Ronnie was talking about on the Paddock podcast about in danger of wrecking Rasmus Højlund.
Yeah, well, we've done it before, haven't we?
Of course we have, man.
I think you could argue Martial's in that camp.
That's
I
a
know
foul,
obviously it's
referee.
not- That's a foul!
What are you doing, Oliver? You
Fuck's
muppet.
sake, he loves this, doesn't he? Already he loves it. Amrabat tries to make a pass and fucking someone runs straight into the back of him and doesn't win the ball. That's a foul.
Yeah, that's shocking. That's just, it's such an obvious foul. It's not even controversial.
Just, no, carry on. Like, he's just fucking loving the fact that we're going to get absolutely obliterated again today, isn't he?
Yeah. Erik Ten Hag quite animated. Do you know what? It might not make a difference, but even the optics of it, it's just, I like to see it.
Yeah.
I do. I hate when I just see the manager sat there.
Yeah.
It's alright if you're obviously battering teams, but when you're up against it, you ought to at least look like the manager knows what he's doing or gives a toss.
You know, it's sort of between... Fucking hell.
Oh.
Between ideas there in terms of
Amrabat's been
pressing.
everywhere so far, you know. Jesus wept. There you go.
No,
Hey,
that was
little
good.
bit of a shimmy there from
Very
Onana
good.
with Mo Salah bearing down on him.
It's great stuff.
Some will call it Phil Hardy. I think it's very brave. Yeah. Kobe Mainu. Oh, it's a free kick.
Oh, it is a free kick. Oh, that's good. What do you make of that kit?
I'm not a fan of this kit, man.
You know,
I think it looks a bit like a Liverpool kit.
it is quite Liverpool kit.
Yeah.
I don't mind it, to be fair.
No, it's
Just, yeah.
it just
It's
does. It
not
just
got the
reminds
United
me.
badge on it, which is
It
weird.
just reminds me of Liverpool. Yeah. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
The thing with kits, right? You only care. For me, I only care about them whether it's sort of synonymous with winning things.
Yeah, same.
Like if we win something in this kit, I'll love it.
Yeah.
Like if we win today in this kit, I'll love this kit.
Yeah.
Whereas if we don't, then I'll just look at this kit as rubbish.
Yeah.
Like that Gingham kit we had was an abomination.
Oh, horrible.
I look back in it with fondness because we won the league with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Reminds me of Robbie Van Persie scoring 30 goals.
It's Shinji Kagawa I always think of. In that.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
good
know why.
shout.
Maybe
That
because
is
he
a
was only
really
there
good
for
shout.
that 2 years or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
He's the first person I think of when I see that kid.
I always think of Evra with the fake hand, you know, the celebrations against Villa.
Yeah, with the scarf around his head.
Yeah.
I think of that. I think of Butner as well.
Butner, there's a good one.
Again, probably because he was only there for that kit, really, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And maybe one or two.
Kobe Mainu just so confident.
Good
And that's
lad.
a ball as well. Right, go on, run at him. The low on the overlap.
Tomine. Garnacho. Cuts inside. It's a poor shot.
Too many people in front of you,
Shit
kid.
shot, that.
Like, come on, man. You've got to get your head up.
Yeah.
He's got his head down there as he's trying to work that opening. And he doesn't lift his head up at all. He just carries on with his head down.
There's a pass to the back post there if he wants it.
Yeah, he's just got to get... Oh, yeah, we're back in here. Go on, Scott.
Lucky.
Right, go on, Amrabat here on the ball.
Good pass.
No, I think it's short, that, bro. I think
Oh,
I
that's
think
a
he sold
booking
him
there.
short. I think Delo sold him a little bit short there. And thankfully, he's mainly going to get booked for that.
I would assume so.
I fucking hope not. Because 80 minutes at Anfield on a booking when you're a midfield, 18-year-old
It's
midfielder,
a clear
that is a
booking.
clear booking, by the
Yeah.
way. If he does get booked, we can't moan. But I think he got sold short with that pass from, I think it was Delo.
Yeah. Not this one, is it? Oh, does
he gets the ball. He gets the ball. Gets the ball.
Then. Does he get? Did he get booked?
No, I don't think he did.
Great touch.
That actually was a fantastic effort of a tackle there. Go on, that's it. Hold it up. That's the one, Rasmus. Well done, son. Right, he needs a bit of help there because he's got two players round him and he's going nowhere. Get up.
You know, just having a little bit of pressure here.
Yeah.
Not really turning it into much, but
the one thing Andy can do is he can get on the ball and run with it.
Yeah.
Like he's not scared of running at people. He's just his decision making's woeful.
Get it down.
Did well there, McTominay.
Did.
Oh, that's poor. Just giving away throw-ins.
Well, looking at it wasn't Dalot, it was Amrabat's
No,
pass.
it was a poor pass from Amrabat.
Yeah.
And Delo couldn't keep it in. So throw into Liverpool just inside our half.
Bit better from United last couple of minutes.
Yeah, just a little bit of possession, trying to work an opening.
At least looking like a team that has some level of quality.
Yeah.
Not, controlling the game by any means, but
that was
not completely without ideas. Good bit of pressing there from Højlund. Forced a mistake out of Simicast. I think it was Simicast. Have you ever gone to a game in fancy dress or dressed up and that?
I only go in fancy dress.
Do you?
Yeah. I can't remember last time I went in just normal clothes.
Are you in fancy dress now?
Yeah.
If you were to take the fancy dress off, what would you look like? Ethan.
I look like you. I usually wear a baseball outfit.
Do you?
Yeah, that's my usual thing.
When you say a baseball outfit, what do you mean?
Like
baseball...
a white, what is that thing you always wear that everyone was getting onto your back?
Oh, like a jacket and that.
Yeah. Is that a baseball outfit or what is it?
It's just a baker's jacket.
A baker's jacket.
A baker's dozen.
Yeah, a baker's dozen. Baker Street and that. The maddest thing I've ever been to a match in is a suit.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that?
Because I went to, I think I was at
I
had the trifecta of just, proper chavvy stuff.
Yeah.
I think I was at a funeral, visiting mate in jail straight from the funeral, so I didn't have time to change, and I went straight to the game.
That's great. What a day. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Do you remember the game?
Sorry?
Do you remember the game?
Nah, I think by the time I left Thorncross Prison, I'd started on a drink.
Okay. Speaking of,
Yes.
I was in my local Morrison's yesterday.
Yeah.
Doing my big shop.
Yeah.
And there was an empty bag of cocaine on the floor in the toilets.
An empty bag?
Who is going to Morrison's to just polish off their bag of cocaine?
Man, you've never done that.
That's rough stuff, that, when you're doing the big shop off your tits, isn't it? I mean, come on.
Why? McTominay, that was a terrible pass to him.
It was a shit pass.
I'm just going to hit this at waist height.
It's neck height.
Right. Why?
It's a 10-yard pass, and it's going to Amrabat at fucking chin height.
It was so dumb now.
Yeah, it was. It's just giving Liverpool chances to win the game.
He's got to sort that part of his game out, Scott McTominay. It's one thing being anonymous, but just giving away the ball like that is just ridiculous.
He's 27 years old. He's always going to do that, isn't he? He's not going to be all of a sudden a great He's not going to become Frankie de Jong just because he's got blonde hair and he plays in central midfield. He's never going to be a great passer of the ball.
No,
or even a good one.
You're probably right. We can hope though, can't we?
Yeah,
we can delude ourselves in hoping that he'll turn it around at the age of 27. That's almost got a foot in there. Oh, hello. Trent Alexander-Arnold down the right-hand side here. He's whipped it in, he's floated it in, and... Well, whoa, what are you doing? Jesus Christ, grab the ball, man. That went all over the gaff. Onana looked like he got it and then let go of it. Trent Alexander-Arnold floats it into the back post.
Free header.
Nunes, for some reason, heads it back into danger instead of heading it into the goal.
He'll probably score today. He is shit.
Oh, he drops that.
He's inside his 6-yard box. He's got a free header and he's not even gone for a goal.
Onana seems to catch that and then throw it. He seems to have it.
He's catching it over their player's
and then
head,
went like that.
Yeah, it's almost like it.
Jesus Christ. No.
Playing what?
Fucking weak ball, man. Garnacho, that was such a poor pass, bro.
He had 2 chances. The first one was straight there playing. The second one was too short as well.
That was poor. Like, we're making it easier for him with some
none of our team can fucking pass.
Amrabat there.
Jesus Christ, these are fucking 5 and 10-yard passes.
Awful that.
I know sometimes when these
are we trying to just ruin Kobbie Mainoo already?
When a team's really pressing you, it's hard and it's nervy and you struggle to make short passes. In those 2 instances there, they've got time on the ball.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on there with Amrabat there, and I don't know what Onana was doing. I'm still not over that one, to be honest with you, bro. And Garnacho as well.
I think as his arms came down, they came down almost on their shoulders, and like he shouldn't have. He should have just grabbed onto it and gone over him. But I think he sort of bounced off his shoulders and
I don't care. Grab that ball, wipe them all out.
I agree.
Seriously.
Yeah.
All that's going to happen is you'll get a free kick.
Yeah.
Like, that is the rule when it comes to goalkeepers. Especially if you've got the ball in your hand. And here he's just pushing Luis Diaz. Out to him, man.
More pressure now, this from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Too much space.
Diaz now is about. Oh, it's too easy. Salah on his own.
Good block, Luke Shaw.
Well done, Luke Shaw. Right, here's Anthony, who's actually on the left-hand side here now. Not a great ball from Anthony there. He put him under pressure there, Anthony, because he played it short to Luke Shaw. There wasn't enough pace on it. Diaz here. Amrabat is about 5 yards away from him. I don't know what he's doing.
Amrabat doesn't even get within fucking throwing distance of him, let alone tackling distance.
They've got another corner here, Liverpool.
They're gonna score eventually, aren't they?
Hit that like button, please, people. Yeah. Come on, let's get to 1,000 likes.
Corner to Liverpool. Van Dijk wins it. We hit it straight back to him. Just fucking pinball in the middle.
Yeah.
United almost won the ball back there by virtue of the fact that there was 3 Liverpool players and they all tackled each other, but even then they still managed to keep it. It's alright, I don't mind a bit of that. Rick Murray with a super chat. Ten Hag needs time to buy another 2 Antonys and fall out with a couple more of our better players. Thoughts?
Better players? Who's that? Jadon Sancho? I'm not putting him in that category. Varane I'll give you, but Jadon Sancho's done the square root of sod all since he's come from Dortmund.
That's true.
And I'm sorry, I'm not having it with Sancho anymore. I'm not. You could say sorry, you could play today, you could have played against Bayern Munich, you could feature, but you just don't want to. And you've collected 5 million quid since you fell out with the manager, so you get zero sympathy for me just because you've got to eat your scram with some kids.
Yeah, I agree. Nice.
I don't know if Andre Onana is super confident or drunk, but he's just skipped past, I think, Darwin Núñez there in his own box, obviously.
It worked out though, didn't it?
Yeah.
In the sense that we're pinned back on the edge of our box, but we have kept the ball.
Right, go on, Garnacho. Get that under and run at him. Go on, son. Go on, keep going.
He ain't get a foul.
No, he's not. He was already on his way down.
Think it was a foul.
No, he was already on his way down there. You're right.
He was trying to push past Alexander-Arnold, and he sort of did, but he was just trying to turn the corner too tight, wasn't he? We can't... Look how many times we pass the ball into our midfield. It just doesn't happen.
Go on, Luke Shaw. Go on a run, son.
We just
go on.
Go round them.
Go on, keep going.
It's not a foul either.
Nah, Garnacho's just getting bullied there. He's been bullied twice. That's a foul, referee! And he kicked the ball away.
Yeah,
yellow card. Yellow card,
it genuinely is a booking.
And he's had a go at the linesman as well.
If they blow the whistle and then two...
He's been booked out with Nunes for kicking the ball away. And, he could get another one there. Applauding the linesman.
It's a foul. He runs into Johnny Evans. He's not even looking at the ball.
Right, that's a foul.
Dickhead.
Right.
Then he takes 2 steps after the whistle's been blown and fucking boots the ball 40 yards.
And then he has a go
now
at
he's thumbsing up to the linesman and still carrying on with it. And he's asking... Oh, no, he's not. He's asking why he got booked, isn't he? Which, in fairness, he's not asking for someone else to get booked. But he needs to shut his mouth. Actually, no, he needs to carry on arguing with the ref.
It's not obvious foul, and it was silly that he kicked the ball because the whistle had already gone. And he knew that. He's just performing for the crowd because they'll all back him.
That's a classic booking for kicking the ball away. That he kicks it because he's annoyed that the foul's been given. That's not going to go out. That. Oh, it is actually.
He's such a little shit, isn't he?
Yeah. Just a little like it, to be honest.
Punk, innit?
I quite like it.
I like that bit of it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But he is. Because he threw him into the advertising boards then and then went like that.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't done nothing wrong. Like, almost like waiting for him to chin him.
I quite like it.
Nah, I do. In a game like this as well, you like a little bit of that. Especially the way he did it then. Because he did the naughty thing and then...
I'm not sure.
Held his hands up like, I give up. Kept it in there well, Garnacho.
Such a low percentage pass, that.
Yeah.
They got time there.
Go on. Anthony, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just nothing, that. And options again. Go on, Cobby. Stay with him, son. Well done. Great little foot, that.
Yeah, Anthony had McTominay down the line if he wanted him.
Oh, it's an handball, to be fair. That is handfoot. I didn't realise it's an handball.
Endo.
Go on, keep going. Put him under pressure there. Alisson Becker's about 40 yards out with the ball.
Time. Someone should give him a shout.
I know, he probably could have controlled that, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Instead, he just headed it back to Liverpool there. Someone's got to go to him. It's a bad pass there from Salah down the right hand side here, and he's over it.
Paul, they win it 2-on-1.
Yeah, no, it is. I just don't like seeing Mo Salah with any space whatsoever, to be honest with you. Oh, here we go with this. What's going on here? Well, we've just gone long after that, and then we're just giving it straight to Kanate.
It's weird that we're going long to Garnacho. I suppose the only reason you would say that is because he's against Alexander-Arnold, who's not amazing in the air, but neither's Garnacho. No. It's like, do we put 2 good headers of the ball or 2 shit headers of the ball? I guess we'll go with the shit ones.
I do feel sorry. Go on, Anthony. Oh, he's done well there, the full-back, to be fair.
Get up, you sausage. Hold on, Cobby. Nice.
The booing.
The only way we've managed to get the ball forward so far is long ball. That is a worry. There it is. Actually, that's a bit. That's so. It just didn't work, did it? David Taylor said, "Well, on the bright side, I thought we'd be 3-0 down by now. I can expect defeat, but all I want to see is a bit of fight and passion for the badge."
Passion.
On the
passion,
dark side, we were only 1-0 down at half time last year. So, 0-0 at 25 minutes. I still haven't put an absolute spanking past us, but first 25 minutes, I wouldn't say we've been excellent by any means, but it's been okay. They've had more of the ball and more chances than
You'd expect them to, wouldn't you? To be fair. And it's kind of been, in terms of possession and where most of the action's taking place, what you would expect. Kobe Mainu there.
Oh, he's off, isn't he?
No, it's a yellow. It's not a red, that. It's not a red. And don't start mithering for one.
I thought it might be.
Nah, they both went in it there. He's just a split second quicker.
For a second, I thought he'd got his studs
never
in the
a red
side
this.
of his back. Oh, it's heavy though.
It's not a red in a million years.
It's not a red.
It's a yellow. It's as yellow as it can be, but it's not a red.
Yeah. No, his studs don't get him.
No, and you can tell because they didn't surround the referee.
No, and also his foot was on the floor basically.
He's just he can't go to ground now. That's the end of him going to ground.
Yeah.
Like right now, do not go to ground, Cobby.
Yeah.
Because you will get a second yellow if you a split second late.
Well done. Right now, what you got? Fuck off.
Oh, just giving the ball away, Scotty. For God's sake. And then just watching it. Come on, man.
That pass is way too on there. Jesus. Fucking hell. Sobbers like there had so much space in our box.
No, Cobby, that's not the one, lad. That's the issue you've got with McTominay there, man. He can give the ball away in silly positions when he doesn't need to.
But that's the thing. Not only should he not be giving the ball away there, if that's a good attacking midfielder, that's a chance to counter-attack.
Oh, no.
And he's wasted it by fucking having an air pass and falling over. Honestly. And now they're counter-attacking us. It makes such a difference.
Nah, it does. It happened against Bournemouth for one of their goals. You look, it all started from account where we was on the attack.
Corner to Liverpool. Van Dijk.
Good save there. Andre Onana.
Straight above his head. So in fairness,
do you know what? You're right.
It's a decent save, but you'd expect him to save.
It's like Luke Shaw's the wrong side of him there, and just giving him more or less a free header.
Yeah,
got to be better than that. Come on, man. We're lucky he has headed it where he's headed it, because if he heads it somewhere else, it's a goal. Yeah, and he's getting another. Oh no, it's Kanati's chance now.
Yeah, he's headed it wide.
Jesus Christ.
"28 minutes gone.
This is almost
third of the game
almost as good as I could have hoped for.
Yeah.
Like, other than maybe we could have got a goal, obviously.
Looking
but,
like a goal threat.
You know, just the passing, though. Just giving it away. Giving it away so cheaply.
Anthony had so much space to bring the ball down, and his touch just takes it back to a Liverpool player. He's got 5 yards around him with no one on him, and he can't control it.
Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. That's it. Waste time now. Do the old Jose Mourinho trick. We'll start wasting time immediately.
Yeah, before the game. If we can get a kick-off delayed, they still have to start the whistle.
I know I go on about it all the time, but when he was manager at Chelsea, when Gerrard slipped, that was a masterclass in time wasting and just shithousery.
Was it?
Even
I don't remember, to be honest.
Right, there's an article in the Independent where, because they played the Resis, didn't they, Chelsea? Because they had the game against Atletico in the European Cup. Was that Luke Shaw there just giving the ball away? Disgusting.
Go on, Johnny. Shite cross.
Help him out, man.
Hold on.
That's not helping him out, is it?
Right there in the end to get a throw in.
Bloody hell.
As soon as he passes it, you just give it him straight back.
I know.
Anthony's still in the same predicament he was when he passed it.
Weak, that. It's because you're too scared.
Yeah, we are scared.
Like, just give it back straight away, even though he's in the shit. That's it, Evans. You tell him, bro.
Yeah, well done.
What's that stat there?
United have had 2 shots, they've had 11. They've had 2 on target, we've had none. 1 touch in their box, they've had 17, and 61% possession so far for Liverpool.
Offside. Yeah. Mourinho, because he played like a week. Like Mo Salah was playing there when he was at Chelsea. People forget, and I think it was Schwarzer in goal, and just Demba Ba weren't a first teamer. So Mourinho was like, "We're just going to time waste like from the kickoff."
Yeah.
And he said to his team like before the match, he said at half time, if 2 of you haven't been booked for time wasting, I'll be fuming. And he said when we get our first first goal kick, I want the goalkeeper to wave the winger over and the winger to run back and take it.
Fucking
You know, just shit like that.
Yeah.
And it works. It got under the skin. And
back in them days as well, you could time waste all you want. It's a maximum of 5 minute stoppage time.
Yeah.
Maximum.
Yeah.
Usually
Yeah.
even then it before.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting 7, 8, 9 minutes just because you did a bit of time wasting.
And even the point where, you know, when the ball went out and he wouldn't give it back. Do you remember that picture of him and Gerrard going like that?
Yeah.
He just refused to give the ball back. Like, that's a thing.
Thing with Jose is he will have seen that game as like, he'll have prepared for it.
He's done well there, McTominay. He's bought that. Because you know when someone jumps for the ball and you just stand?
Yeah.
It's dodgy and it's dangerous, but to be fair, he's not letting it into him. He's just stood there. Varane just hoofs it forward there now. Oh no, Garnacho. What was that for? Was that a foul or off?
Yeah, foul.
Soft that if it is.
I mean,
nothing in that. Nothing in it at all.
There's no push.
You know how you can tell as well there? Only about 2 scouts have stood up to moan. You know if that's a foul, everyone's up.
Yeah, Alexander Arnold did say that because he don't push him. He just literally touches him as he goes.
I hate that as well.
There's no push.
Because if that goes to VAR, you look at it in slow mo, you go, oh, he's touched him. It's a foul when he hasn't.
No, it's not.
You need to watch these things in real time. I know the referee watched it in real time. You were a free kick, but
Did you see that video of Sir Alex that sort of resurfaced in the last few days, last week or so, talking about VAR or what would become VAR and his ideas for it?
What did he say?
He was talking after a game about, you know, goal line technology and all this. I think goal line technology had either just come in or was about to come in. He was talking about with VAR.
Yeah.
If he said the one thing I don't want from VAR is slowing the game down 2, 3, 4 minutes. You know, double checking this, double checking that. He said I'd have a rule that if they can't make their mind up in 30 seconds, then then it stands.
It's almost like he's the most knowledgeable person in the history of association football.
They get 30 seconds to look at it, and if they can't make a change or you know, we're not sure, let's see it again, then the timer ends and we go with what happened on the field because it's clearly not obvious.
It's like that one against Fulham. You know the McTominay disallowed goal I mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
Where I think you've got the team of video assistant referees discussing it. They decide that it's not offside, and then I think Sian Massey's on it, isn't she?
Yeah.
And she goes, we need to look at Maguire as well in this. Like after 2 minutes of discussion, and they go, oh yeah, hang on, let's have a look at Maguire. And you think that's not what it should be.
No.
Like you sat around chatting about that player, and then we've done 2 minutes. Oh, what about this one here? What about that one there?
Yeah.
Oh, is he interfering? Oh, I don't know. And it goes on for 3 minutes, man. It's like you're right, and Fergie's right. 30 seconds done.
Yeah.
Not let's sit down like we're at the pub.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Having a chat in the middle of a football match.
No, it is ridiculous.
Bloody
Some of them,
stupid.
especially like that one.
Yeah,
Taking 2 and 3 minutes.
Yeah, like they sent the audio out, didn't they? So everyone could hear it. And people going, "Oh yeah, great! You can see how they come to decisions." I was like, "No, it's not, because it's taking far too long, and it's like you're looking desperately to find something."
Ooh, foul.
Johnny Evans is doing well so far.
Yeah, he is. A
And
lot
he's
of
getting
it,
booed all
mostly
over the
because of
gaff.
his how he's being vocal and
There's a
I
lack
think
of
he banged
that.
his head there as well.
There's a lack of that.
Yeah.
Here's one for you. Do you think it was a mistake letting Mengi go?
I've not seen enough from him at Luton to say that it was a mistake.
Right.
Personally, I think the issue is if everyone's fit,
He's going to get booked in now. Sofian
Amrabat.
Amrabat. Yeah, that is 100% a yellow card for him. He could have had 3. There you go.
Amrabat and Mainu both on a booking now. That'll probably
Neither
get us
of
at the end, won't
them
it?
can go to ground.
No.
Like, to be fair, he kind of holds him a little bit there, and then he does it again. I'm not surprised that's a booking. I think both our bookings have been ones where you expect it.
Do you think it's a bad idea? If everyone's fit, he probably wouldn't play a single game this season, would he? Now he would. But, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it seemed a little. I don't know. He was so raved about when he Menga.
Yeah,
like
he was.
everyone raved for a reason as well. You can see the talent he's got.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just think, don't know. It strikes me as one of those where you might look back in a few years and go, you know what?
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done that. I don't even really see the benefit of it.
Well done, Mainu. I'm not sure. It might have been creeping wide, that one, but it was close enough and he's far enough out that you can't risk knowing that and leaving it. They've won almost every corner in our box so far.
Yeah,
Canate with two that he's headed wide and then over. Van Dijk had one that he headed straight at the keeper. Every time they get a header, they're fucking a corner, they're winning the header.
I don't know, like, what's going on there?
He just jumps up and jumps higher. Behind him, just more athletic, bigger person jumping higher. Like,
yeah, you're right.
There's not, other than be bigger than him or hold him down, there's not loads you can do. Fuck me. Speaking of not loads you can do.
Come on,
every time Scott McTominay gets the ball, he gives it away again.
I'm trying to get behind you as captain here, son, but you're not making it easy.
And again, he's in a bit of a tricky spot. But the thing is, top players or even good players...
Maine's been in that position 5 times this game, and he's kept the ball every single time. Yeah, exactly. And he's a child.
Exactly.
He's a 27-year-old who's our skipper, and he's done the worst thing he could possibly do in that scenario. I know it's not easy. You're right. I'm not digging you out.
Yeah.
But
that's the difference between
you're the captain of Manchester. Yeah,
you
know what I mean? Like, not even you're the captain of Manchester United. He's only been captain for 36 minutes. You're a midfielder who's got 8 years' experience playing for Manchester United. Come on, man. You've got to be better than that. If that was Amrabat, we'd be going, why have we bought him? Well, almost on cue, Amrabat heads it out needlessly.
We can't string 3 passes together at the minute, can we?
No. I thought Tanai was going to make a tackle now. I thought he was going to do like Jose at the UNICEF game.
Yeah, getting stuck in.
It's that 2-footing Ollie Mears, which we've all wanted to do at one time.
Yeah, United just completely incapable of passing the ball around at the minute.
Right, he's pushed him there, referee. Well done, Luke Shaw. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there. Oh, he's unlucky. He's unlucky. That's it, Varane. Keep going, son. That's it. It's all right. It's unlucky, that.
I'd love to know the last time United put 4 passes together. It's got to be 5-6 minutes.
I think it was 1998.
It feels like it against Liverpool.
Yeah. It was 98. It was the 98-99 season. That first half at Anfield.
We either end up booting it long and they win it back, or we try and play out from the back and someone just gives the ball away. And go booting it long.
Got that show there, which was a crazy thing to do. At least he's got it down the pitch. He's just buried it off from our byline to the halfway line. Now Alisson's got it 30 yards out. He's just playing proper sweeper, isn't he, Alisson?
Yeah. Gone full Manuel Neuer, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's getting away with it because there's no real pressure on him, and we're sort of just defending our half.
And no offence, but even who would you trust to put it in from the halfway line if we did get it back?
No one. Like, I don't know. No. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd probably tell Anthony to shoot, but aim for the corner.
Aim for our goal.
Yeah.
Well, keep. That's better from Onana. Looked like he took ages to cover that ground, Onana.
Yeah, he did. He looked like he was running through a tree.
Like a grandma.
He's just an odd guy, in Onana.
He's an odd bloke.
He's like, I don't want to be, disparaging about him because I like him, but he is off his head.
Yeah, he's
like
a strange
everything
fella.
He does is a bit off key.
Yeah.
Like he pushes things back into the danger or up. He loves pushing them up. Like he's not shy of trying to take someone on in his box. He does passes like that where he just kicks it out for no reason.
We're dangerously close to completing a pass then, and I actually probably shouldn't do that. We can't. We're not meant to be completing passes.
I hate always as well, right, where we have these sort of discussions about players, and we act like it's just binary, like, oh, Onana, or we should have kept De Gea. Yeah. Like, if you don't rate Andre Onana, right, there's other goalkeepers that were available, other than David De Gea, because David De Gea needed to be moved on, in my opinion, or needed to go.
Yeah.
But people are like, oh, we shouldn't have got Onana, right? Okay, but you could have got a different goalkeeper. There's others out there you could have gone for. And it's like that with Højlund, and it's like, oh, it's either Højlund or Kane. Well, it wasn't. Like, you could have got Højlund and another striker and not bought Mason Mount, for example, or not bought Højlund and gone for all out for an Osimhen or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like,
what's going on here? We can't even fucking throw it to one of our teammates.
No,
genuinely, the state of our passing and ability to keep the ball is woeful. Last 15 minutes, we cannot pass the ball. And that's their fucking ball as well because he's headed into Luke Shaw's face. I don't understand it.
No, I don't. It's
like, this isn't a dig at Garnacho. I know he's a young lad. Not known particularly for holding the ball up, and he gets the ball and he goes at his man. McTominay cannot pass the ball to save his life. Højlund can't even get to the ball. And Anthony, when he does get it, often makes the wrong decision. Like, the ball just doesn't stick to our front line whatsoever. The only one of them is Garnacho's dribbling down the line can be quite good, but even then, just fucking giving it away, trying to do a back heel there. Just can't string 3 passes together.
Don't
can't
go
let him
ground.
pass it just straight through the fucking middle, surely.
That was a pretty poor shot there. It's glorified pass back, thankfully. Slow it down now, man. Look at all that space he's got over there as well, man. Jesus Christ. There's no one there. I think it comes off Johnny Evans' heel.
It was an even worse shot than that.
He's done him a favour, Johnny Evans, there, because he's put a little bit of something on it for him.
Put it nearer the corner.
Oh, come on, Onana. You've got to stop doing that, man. This is David De Gea 2.0. I'm just going to hoof the ball out. This is reminding me of the FA Cup final, where all we kept doing was giving it back to the keeper, who kicked it out, and then they kept coming at us. It's a good job we're not playing Liverpool at Anfield. Fucking hell. Don't go to ground. Oh, don't do that either.
Hold on, Brant. Go on then.
Go on, that guy,
do something now.
That's a foul, referee.
That's a yellow card, ref. That's a yellow card. He's literally kicked his heels out the way so we don't counter-attack.
What is he moaning about there, the dickhead?
Is he saying it's not even a foul? What?
Like, it's an obvious foul. Take the free kick. Be grateful you've not got booked. And what do we do with the free kick?
Just completely
Just
wasteful.
give it back to Liverpool. Honestly, man, it's so stupid. Like, we've got lucky there. We've got to throw it out of this. Try and calm it down a bit. Hit that like button, people. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Come on, you can do it.
Oh my God, Scott McTominay. His first
I'm trying.
Amateur.
I'm trying to get behind him, right? I'm trying not to sit here and just slag him off constantly. But every time he's got the ball, he just give it away. This has been poor from him.
It's like we think, oh, you know, there'll be another go, there'll be another chance. Like, we're getting a throw in halfway into their half when we've barely touched the ball for 25 minutes. These are the chances.
Yeah.
Just you got a man over your shoulder and the ball is coming straight to your chest. Just control it to your fucking feet. Then you can turn. Then you can play it back to someone and we can go from there. Like, we'll just never make a chance in this game.
On that side now, it's 2-on-1 there.
We're so fucking wasteful.
Why are you doing that? Oh, bro. It's so stupid, that. It's like Delo looked up then and just picked out a Liverpool player. Yeah. It's like he literally did. He literally set himself and then went, right, you there.
Because he didn't even go long, did he? Just flipped it 25, 30 yards straight to them.
Jesus wept, man.
It's mad, isn't it? We're just a fucking million miles off them, really, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, man, we finished above them last season. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. We don't look like hurting them whatsoever. Can't even fucking pass the ball about. Can't be asked getting out of our own box either.
Don't look like there's any cohesion as well in terms of where we might be positionally. Rasmus Højlund, I think, was calling over someone and there's no one there.
Stupid. That.
Nah,
luckily, Darwin Núñez has got an IQ of about 43 in it.
He'd fit in
because
well
he'd be fucking right good otherwise.
Yeah.
There was no need for him to be offside there, was there?
No, was the fuck. It's just proper stupid.
Just
there's no way to defend it or describe it other than just stupidity.
Go on.
Well done there, Cobby.
Right. How do we turn this into a chance or a half chance? We've got a free kick inside their half. We can't just fucking waste it. We need to do something with this. What's the plan? What do we do now?
Right. I think Diogo Dalot's over the ball here. Are we going to hoof it up? Are we going to try and play it out?
Right,
let's give it back to Evans.
Now what? He's just going to go along with it instead, or someone is. At some point, we're just going to boot it, because that's all we've got in our locker at the minute. There we go. Well
Amrabat's done really well there, because he stuck his head down and he's got a free kick, and they booked that kid Endo.
Bell Endo.
Nicely done.
Thanks. He did well there, Amrabat.
Yeah.
Because he knows if I put my face down, I'll win as a free kick, but I might get kicked in the face as well.
And he's shown a bit of bottle, which is more than some of his teammates can say.
Yeah.
I don't even think he did get kicked in the face. I think he's just holding his face.
He got kicked in the sort of chest, didn't he? Right, free kick now. Is he still... Come on, Amrabat. He's just having a breather, isn't he? Right, this will be the last action of the first half, you'd have thought. Let's get the ball in the box. Or around it, at least. What do you do here?
I think it's a
clip to the back post.
To the back post, Raphael Varane. Yeah. Someone like that.
Clip to the back post and then head it back across goal.
Or Hoyland.
Yeah. The routine that got us that goal that was disallowed against...
Jesus Christ. Who took that? I feel like a school teacher. Who kicked that? Who was it?
Free kicks I've ever seen.
What he took it? I want to know who it was.
Who was it? Was it Dallo?
It was genuinely one of the worst things I've ever seen.
He hit it like...
Who was it? Who took it? Dalot.
He literally hit it 3 times harder than he needed to, just straight after a goal kick to
he's
Liverpool.
Another Mensa member.
Half-time, Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. In fairness, Liverpool haven't had loads of chances, shots on target type chances, but in terms of pressure, in terms of the danger, the ability to score goals, Liverpool have had almost all of that, haven't they?
The thing is, we haven't been very good, but Liverpool have been pretty poor as well. Some of their final passes in the final third and their decision making has been shocking. Like, let's not forget that. They've overhit passes, the shooting's been poor, they've had glorified pass backs, they've been caught offside needlessly, they've given away needless fouls in the final third. It's not been that great from Liverpool. From a United point of view, though, we can't carry on like this. You can't keep giving the ball away. You can't keep just wasting it. You can't keep putting yourselves under pressure. I don't want to sit here and slag them off, because 0-0 at our time is almost as good as I could have hoped for. But other than maybe Mainu, I think our midfield's been giving the ball away far too often, in particular. And also, Garnacho's struggling. He's getting balls over the top that he's struggling to get on the end of. Anthony, again, usual thing with him, is decision making. And Hoyland, he's had next to no touches, and he's running himself into the ground as he invariably does. But I think the 2 centre backs have done quite well, Evans and Varane. I've quite liked them, and Shaw's having an okay-ish game. I just feel like we're one awry pass away from giving them the goal, and once that goal goes in, it's game over. Abdullah's with us. He's got some stats for us, eh? He's got something to give us a bit of confidence going in that second half. Abdullah, before you get into your stats, give me the heart. Before you give me the head, give me the heart.
I need. I'm gonna give the heart. Right, I'm fuming at Diogo Dalot. Because what is that? That's like them type of games where, like,
when I say good, because I want to hear this. That's what I mean.
You're sitting in, and like you've got that opportunity there. Like, you need to make the most of it, and you put in a careless ball in the box. It's absolutely shocking. Like, they're the moments that matter in a game like today. Like, I think even on a good run of form, if you go to Anfield, it's never an easy day, and I think you have to make them moments count. Never mind, like, with the run of form we have, a bad run of form that we're in. And I think the one thing I'll say is with Erik, like, I've been onto him a lot in terms of the game plan and stuff like that in recent weeks, but I actually think he's got it quite spot on today. I believe that our biggest problem is that we've been unable to play out from the back. Play between the lines. Sometimes like the guys are just giving these passes like head height when they just need to bring the ball down. Like we talk about him so much, but like Scott in that midfield started the game really well. I thought he was bright. Had that moment where he passed the ball on to Garnacho, put a ball or two wide, but then after that he's just booting the ball up, like doing kick-ups in the middle, like giving the ball head height, not giving anyone a chance to control the ball. Garnacho for me has been poor coming out of that side. Again, like Bayern Munich, I don't know what's happened with him the last 3 games. I think overall he does tend to lose the ball quite a lot trying to get at his man. Yeah. And that's fair, and that happens with that type of player, and they take a lot of risks, players like Garnacho, but I think he's just overdoing it, and he needs to be a bit tidier with his play because we're not giving ourselves a chance coming out of pressure. There's been some opportunities to break out. I've got a big concern with Højlund. I think, I don't know if people will agree with me, but I feel like when I watch Man United these days, sometimes it feels like I forget even Højlund's on the pitch. Like, it's like he's not even there. Whether that's just down to the game plan, whether that's down to him, should be making double runs. It doesn't feel like when we're transitioning out, he's making a run that is giving us an option. It almost feels like he's just up front for the sake of being up front right now. So he needs to really like give us something. But I think it starts with the initial passes. Poor from Onana. We can go on about that with the amount of kicks that he's just messed up, but as well like struggling to bring it down when it's coming towards people like Højlund. Playing out from the central zones is non-existent. I think Kobbie's the only one that's been quite tidy throughout, if anything. Him and Amrabat have got a booking, so it's something that I'd be a bit worried about. I'm just looking at, Kobbie's won 2 tackles in that half, which was quite good. Obviously gives away a foul, but I feel like him and Amrabat almost had to give away them fouls. They were quite last ditch, so I don't mind those ones as much. It's nothing too stupid to give away. In terms of Højlund, just looking at his game, he's completed 1 pass. He's only had 4 touches. Not won a tackle, not lost possession twice, not won a foul, not fouled anyone. It just feels like he's constantly trying to get into 50-50s before bringing the ball down. Like, one of my guys has been saying this for a while, one of my friends, Sven, he's always chatting to me about Højlund down for a few weeks and always saying, like, watch him, and he never looks to bring the ball down. He's always looking to fight the guy off, and like over the last few weeks, every time I just focus on Højlund, and it feels like the same thing. I don't know what everyone else thinks in the comments about him, and I like Højlund personally. I like Højlund. He's a raw talent. There's a lot about his game. I do feel sorry for him in the sense that we needed to buy an experienced striker.
Nick a bit of your water. Sorry.
We needed to buy an experienced striker that sort of eased that off him. So I think we always needed 2 strikers in the summer, but there's basics of the game that he needs to be doing better, which is like focusing on bringing the ball close to you, bringing it down to bring others into play. He's not really giving us a chance the way he's playing right now.
Let me get some of the comments and the chat, including some of the questions you've mentioned there, and I'll come back to you. Nick Collins in Super Chat says Kimmich could be available in Jan. I'd sign him and cancel the Amrabat loan. Elliot says this is like every trigger point combined. McTominay playing like a wall, Anthony like a 4-year-old after a fruit shoot, Amrabat like an under-12s player. Jay Frascone, who's a big supporter of the channel, says for all their possession, Liverpool aren't doing much either. They don't look great at all. Sam Z, Scouse is not on it so far, thankfully we're awful. Akash Solomon, honest question, what is McTominay doing this game? Vea Patini says, why does Amrabat run like he's just had a kebab? I don't know what that means. I think that means like he might need the toilet. Discombobulate says, wouldn't be surprised if that Dalot free kick was a shot. Also, some of the things that you mentioned there. Amrabat. Sorry, I just called you Amrabat. Sorry, Abdullah. I'm
both
losing
North
the plot.
African, it counts.
Yeah, that's just racist, isn't it? Me just go, you all look the same, you lot. Yeah, apologies there. That's just horrible. Roshan Bashir says, McTominay and Anthony having stinkers. James Barry says, soft. Yellow for Manu. Point you were making, James Barry says Højlund isn't getting service. The service to Højlund is, it's just non-existent, isn't it? Really, he's not even that far forward to get service after time. He's playing almost like a midfielder. Akit Gukalia says Michael Oliver will put us down to 10 men. First chance he gets. A lot of people mentioning that yellow for Maine, saying it was soft. For me, it was a yellow. And I think he knew that, and I think it was accepted. It's just one of those where it's unfortunate because it's probably a touch unnecessary. I can see what he's trying to do, but it's in the middle of the park. Probably didn't need to do it. I'm not blaming the kid because I think he's been one of our better players, if not our best player this half. But yeah, he's on a yellow. I'm about on a yellow at Anfield with 45 minutes and stoppage time to go isn't great. It's deeply troubling because any time you go to the ground now, if you're even a split second late, you're going to get a second yellow because that crowd and that referee, they're going to be on you. Ben Powell says definitely a yellow for Mainu, to be honest. Andre Onana.
SofaScore says 7.3 rating.
Discuss.
But that's probably not about his passing, is it?
No. I mean, we've seen some good points here.
Yeah.
Couple of good saves. I think Joe pointed out saves I'd expect him to make. I don't think he's done one where you go, wow, how's he kept that out?
Yeah.
A couple of times he could have been stronger and better. I think there was the one where the ball came across and he dropped it when he had it in his hands. Also, his distribution has been erratic, shall we say. He's looked comfortable on the ball at times and he's got away with going past the player, and other times he's just been booting it out needlessly. Does that worry you a little bit? Because we're going back to him so often and we're giving it away so often that could end up being costly. Is that something you're concerned about?
Yeah, it is definitely a concern. I think
There's a bit of that, please.
The way I see it, I think there's times where in a games like today you will be under pressure and you will have to go long. I think we all accept that, but I think the aim of where these passes are going has been shocking. Like, you need to be going up to the big men. That being said, when the ball has gone towards Højlund and Scott McTominay, considering how big they are, they're very poor at bringing the ball down and very poor at like bringing others in them positions into play. So they need to be doing better. But Onana, like, some of the passes are so wayward. Like I said, I understand sometimes you need to go long in these games and the way we're playing, but definitely needs to tidy up. You're looking at his pass accuracy. He's completed 12 passes. 57% of his passes have been completed. Again,
what's a good mark? What's a good mark for pass percentage completion? What do you look at and go, that's all right? I know obviously 100%.
Because it depends on position as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. What are you looking at going, that's all right and that's not?
I think for
I'll be honest with you, I'm always confused by
for a keeper
what we consider to be good.
For a keeper, it generally differs. Obviously, like you're looking at with Onana, there's a lot of games where he's got 68, 66, 67. I think a lot of that is again with David De Gea, same as last season. Like, as much as he wasn't great at all with his feet, from I think the second or third game into the season, we had to go long. I think the game plan had changed at Liverpool at home when we won that game, which was like play for the second ball. So I think that's continued with Onana. No matter how good he was with his feet in that Champions League final, we've seen him play some unbelievable passes in the set through the centre of that City pitch. I think the plan at Man United almost dominates how a keeper's going to play as well in a situation. Something that, to be fair, I never really backed David De Gea with and looked past that, and I thought it was more of a fault of David De Gea, whereas more like now you look at it like, yeah, he wasn't great with his feet, but how much of that is a game plan? Yeah. And now that we got someone like Onana, it's like you're starting to see that, yeah, we really are looking to go long. It's weird because we go long, but initially we start trying to build up play, if you get what I mean. It's like, have you noticed that? So like, someone comes short, takes the goal kick close to him.
We're gonna just like play it out from the back,
and then we just go bang
short, and then
like,
for me, and this might be a too simplistic way of looking at it, I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that there's no options in midfield. Like, it's I know Amrabat's not quite as bad, but like when Eriksen and Casemiro are playing, they do a much better job of finding space for themselves in the middle, or Anthony will come short and then Casemiro will stand in the middle so that you can
Lissandro as well.
Lissandro's
a big miss.
Helps a lot in that regard as well. Varane's not particularly good at carrying the ball out from the back. Neither is Evans really. Martinez is excellent at it. But then the thing, like you said, or that you're sort of hinting at, why then do we sort of almost pretend to play out from the back if we're not gonna?
Because
is it to bring Liverpool on, so there's spacing behind, do you think? Or
that's what we actually did against Liverpool last season. But I think there's a middle ground. So when you're trying to play so far deep, in that. So when you look at when we're building up, like everyone's so far deep in that situation, then you randomly just hit the switch and go up. You've got so many men deeper in the pitch. There's not enough bodies around when someone brings it down, like a Highland. If they bring it down, that's the first thing.
Can I give you a stat? This is from Bill Rice from the BBC. Last year, Liverpool had 18 shots and scored 7. This year, they had 15 in that first half. That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about that last year. It was such a weird game in the sense that every shot they had went in. Basically.
Every shot on target there.
Yeah, they had. I think it was because I think the stat also said they had 8 on target last year. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's an astonishing.
It's a horrible anomaly that we're gonna have to live with for the rest of our lives. If you're Erik ten Hag, what would you do other than resign immediately and find another career because this isn't worth your health?
I think the worst thing about today, like I've been really onto Erik in terms of the way he set things up and whatnot, but I feel like there's not much he could do in terms of a setup at a place like Anfield today.
You always say this, don't you, Joe, about is that sometimes there isn't an answer. Sometimes you don't have the players to win this game. Like, there isn't always an obvious one where you go, well, if you do that, you'll get a result. Because
sometimes you just need a bit of luck.
Yeah.
Their centre back to slip.
Yeah.
You know, Garnacho to pull out a worldie.
Like,
Rashford
you bring on John O'Shea when you're out 10 men to keep it solid, and he gets you the winner. Do you know what I mean? Something like that.
He's doing that today, though.
Yeah.
Johnny Evans.
The obvious change for me, and you may disagree, is to get Marcus involved in some fashion. The question is when for me. Like, I mean, don't know. You might want.
I think in terms of like subs, any of them front three could really get subbed off. I can't lie to you. Any of them, the way they've been playing. Our biggest issue now is coming when we're trying to transition.
Yeah.
There's spaces. So what Erik ten Hag's done in terms of finding out there's certain areas where we can hurt these guys is correct. But then when the players have got the ball, they've been so careless. There's so many times where Amrabat's done that, or like Garnacho's been very bad for that today. So we need to stop being so careless with the ball. And I think things will happen. I don't even, when you talk, like Jay was just talking about how like, there might be a moment, or you saying that as well, like where it's a moment of luck and you're just waiting to pounce on something or whatever. I don't even think it's fully that type of game. There's actually been a few times where I watch this game and think, there's a chance to transition out. There's a chance. And then it's like, Højlund doesn't really make the right movement. I know a lot of people saying he's not being serviced, but he needs to make more double runs. He needs to be a bit more chaotic, I think, in his runs. He's too stiff further up that pitch. I think he needs to start moving across the line a bit more between the wingers. Is that more of a Man United game plan that Erik's put in? I don't know, but second half's just started. Honestly, I think I'm just glad that we got to half time 0-0. I would have taken that before the game.
And I agree with you that, if you switch out, let's just say and this is again not a dig at Mainu and Amrabat in particular, but if you just switch these three for Eriksen, Casemiro and Bruno, yes, that could negatively affect things defensively. But in terms of being able to exploit the space that Ten Hag has clearly seen, that we have at times sort of looked like we've hinted at exploiting it, as Liverpool are in the box here. Back to Salah on the edge, blocked by Mainu, good block. In terms of being able to exploit that space, that midfield would be infinitely better than this one. Just the ability to play the ball and
I think even just one of them though, an Eriksen or Bruno in that situation. But again, it's the usage of these players, because what we would have known today is he might have just played Scott at 10, and all we need to do is just let Scott battle in midfield alongside an Amrabat and just let Bruno be that out ball. I think that's what Erik needs to get to. The problem is, I look at these games, I know we've been really poor, we got battered against Bournemouth, but there's slight changes I still believe that Erik makes that could honestly change everything for us, and he has
to.
Sorry
to interrupt you, Abdullah. Poor ball there from Amrabat.
But I'm guessing I'll be back at full time when we're 5-0 down to Liverpool. So
we'll speak to you at the end of the game as well. Thank you very much, Abdul. The second half, like we said, has kicked off. It's been all Liverpool so far. Alexander-Arnold getting a bit Diogo Dalot wasteful there, wasn't he? Last week when he could have squared it and he didn't. He's just had a shot from a tight angle. But Liverpool come out absolutely flying. United look like we're still in the fucking dressing room, as we have done a lot for the first 10 minutes of second halves this season. It was against City, wasn't it? We conceded, 48th minute?
Yeah.
Jay's come back with a gob full of toffee.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. What you got? Which one you gone for?
I went for the Quality Street fudge one. Or toffee one.
Oh yeah, the one that takes the longest to eat.
Yeah, I didn't think it through. I'm sorry.
No, I'm joking. To be fair, it's nice to have a little moment, collect your thoughts, and enjoy something today, isn't it? Even if it's just a single mouthful of enjoyment, it's more than we've been served up so far.
It's been so melodramatic today.
Yeah.
Like, I was out with my kids this morning, went to the cinema, and it was like, you know, enjoying the moment.
Yeah,
like, holding my children close. This is, you know.
Kids, if the worst was to happen and the earth did end today, I just want you to know that Daddy loves you very much.
Yeah, it's like that.
Dad, worst case scenario, we get beat 7-0 by Liverpool.
Yeah.
And that is bad, but we'll still be here when you get home. No, you don't understand.
It's just like
putting like it's like Children of Men or something.
Yeah, that's what it's like, bro. It's like,
sort of,
come on.
Yeah.
It's like, let's get a grip here.
Look at this gap here between the front three and the rest of the team.
No, like, I'm sick of seeing players pointing at other players, no one listening to him. I don't even know what they're doing it for. I don't even know what they're saying.
Liverpool look so much more composed playing out from the back, don't they, than we do. Like they've got Alisson on the ball, Van Dijk, Konate. We're not even pressing them. We're sort of holding shape, sort of a mid-block-ish from United, not really pushing that last man. Look how long they've got on the ball. Just to be fair, and obviously it's not that's not the instruction. But they've just got as long as they want. And then Anthony finally breaks the line. Anthony breaks it.
To be fair,
you've
got to stay with him.
We're giving the ball away. Oh, not giving the ball away. Let them push up the pitch. It's poor from Diaz. Well done, Garnacho. Now what?
So
shit.
Was that Varane there?
Varane.
Do you know what? It was an easy pass to play that as well. It wasn't that difficult, and he massively overhit it.
It's just crap.
And we could have been off and away then, relieving a bit of pressure, and now we're back under it. I know they're in their half, Liverpool, but still.
I'd be mad at myself for missing that pass.
I know.
You're literally playing essentially a 1-2 with someone who's 15, 20 yards away. That's it. You know, you see them clipping the ball across field to each other. On a dime, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when it gets to the game, I know the pressure obviously is a massive thing, but...
Someone get out to him then. Look how long he's got to set himself there.
Good head by Dallo there. But United have, I'll be honest, have barely touched the ball in the second half so far.
Yeah, when we have, we give it away.
So
out to him, out to him! Yeah. Why are you giving Mo Salah loads of space? Dumb, man.
Darwin Núñez, simple really. Little run inside, drags Luke Shaw in with him, leave loads of space on the outside for Mo Salah. Of course he does.
That's actually an okay pass, that. Which is about as complimentary as I've been this game.
Who's he got on here? Who's he got on here?
He's got to go back to the goalkeeper again.
No one. Amrabat
and then Núñez is going to close him down.
And then we're going to boot it long. Out.
And
again.
It's gone out.
Fucking hell.
Has he kept it in? No, it's gone out.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Stop doing that.
Liverpool weren't even pressing particularly hard then.
If they're not pressing you,
give it back to the keeper and boot it.
Keep it then.
But our midfield are not showing anything whatsoever to get the ball.
This is the argument with McTominay, is that if he's not scoring a goal, he's not doing anything. Oh, he's unlucky there, Garnacho.
I don't know how that even went back to Alexander.
I don't know what I don't know what he did. I think he just sort of ran and stopped the ball without actually taking it with him. Go on, get across to him.
How much space like there? We're pretending to press him, but really he's got as long as he wants there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, shite, luckily.
This is the thing, that Liverpool have been poor so far. We'll let them get away with it because we've been worse. You're basically watching a team that's playing 5 out of 10 against a team that's playing 4 out of 10.
Sorry, is anyone going to show for the ball here? We're just going to throw it long, let them win the header, and then lose the ball.
And they do win that header.
That's a foul.
Thank
well
you.
Done, Rasmus. Fucking hell.
In a way, the tactic of dragging them down to our level seems to be working somewhat.
I'm just worried that at some point one of these passes through the lines.
You can't keep.
They've overhit everyone so far, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Eventually they won't. And then that's my worry, is the floodgates opening after that. That's good. Go on then. Go on, Anthony, helping him. Cross from Dallow.
Just awful.
It's just shit.
You might go, it's in a good area. It's not. He bought himself a yard there, picked someone out. There's 2 men in the box. And he just hit it straight to the near post and the keeper's collected it. The pass wasn't on there.
Right, now what? Great pass.
That's a good pass, that. Right, go on, Alejandro. Skin him.
There we go. Corner to United, is it? Or is it throw in? Is that throw in? He's on the pitch.
Throwing right near the corner
United
flag
look
here.
full of energy.
I know. Jesus Christ, you think we were 5-0 down?
Isn't it?
I know.
That's a fucking booking as well, ref. He's literally just pulled his arm.
Why is he just to let him do that? Alexander-Arnold blatantly had hold of Garnacho's arm right in front of the ref, and he's just been like, yeah, no worries. Don't worry about it.
Garnacho looks like he can't be arsed today.
He's not looking great, is he?
He's not.
And yeah, Liverpool here, 2-on-1.
Good tackle.
Big fucking tackle that there, kid. No. What are you doing? Get up. Bloody hell.
Well done. Well done, Cobby. He's the only one who looks like he's got any composure, any time on the ball. And it's not coincidence. It's not like he's getting longer on the ball. It's because he can hold his space so much better than everyone else.
Is it the low there with that tackle?
Yeah,
and
it
that
was.
foot? That
big tackle.
Big that. Because if he gets past him, he's away there, Diaz.
Right. I wonder, can this ball stay on the football pitch? That's a good pass. Now what? Scott McTominay.
That's a better pass,
Good.
Scott. And that's
What
a great
pass?
ball by Kobe Mainu. We're in it! Oh!
Dick.
How's he not got his shot off there, man? Garnacho's in.
No counter-attacking now.
Alexander-Arnold tackled him.
What
He
a
didn't even
pass
get a
from
shot on.
Kobe Mainu.
That was 2 good passes. That McTominay with a decent pass, an even better one from Kobe Mainu into Garnacho's stride, and he's just got to get his shot off, and he doesn't.
That's what Abdul was saying before at half time about there is space there.
Yeah.
You know, we've put a tactic together where there's a pass straight through the middle often.
I think he might be a bit knackered, Garnacho, you know.
Yeah, he looks
because he's gone from playing barely any games to starting every game
also,
for like a month.
Again, not as a diss
and he's
to,
only a
to
kid.
Garnacho. Of all the people in world football that you want in that position, it's probably Marcus Rashford, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or one of on his day.
Being
played in behind, one-on-one with Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Well, he's done that before. He did it at Old Trafford
That's
behind closed doors in the FA Cup. Do you remember when we beat him? Was it 3-0?
Yeah.
Bruno scored that free kick.
Right, someone's got to get that. Well done, Varane. But that was a fantastic pass by Kobe Mainu there.
Go on, keep going, Garnacho. Keep going, son.
Well done.
That's all right. That's better, McTominay. Do something like that, man. Cut it out.
Bit of pressure here. Is this a
this
tackle?
ball from Mainu, by the way?
It's an unreal pass.
And he's just. Do you know what? He doesn't do a lot wrong, to be fair.
No, he doesn't. Because
he needs a touch to set himself, and then he goes to shoot.
It's just great
defending. It's not. I can't blame Garnacho there because he can't hit it first time.
The only thing he could maybe get his body across a bit more. I don't know.
I think I would say there that is fantastic defending after being caught out. To be fair, he's kind of made up for it.
Yeah.
Because when I first saw it, I was disappointed, but then look back, I think he's kind of done really well there. I hate the fact our midfielders on yellows.
Yeah, me too. You know he wants to cut inside. You know what they want to do. It always ends up out with Salah, doesn't it? Fuck off. Come on then.
Anthony there, you could have made a better effort there. It's poor. That's better. That's more like it. And then that's just stupid and woeful. Honestly.
It was he gave him too much room there.
What was he? I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Why didn't he just go back to his other defender?
If you're next to each other, you might be able to beat him for pace. Their play was like 2 yards closer to the ball. And then he's trying to knock it past him.
He's got to do more than that for me, hasn't he? I know you like him and I understand.
I don't like him.
I know you see why he's in the team and what he brings to it, but he's still got to do more.
I completely agree.
I
completely agree.
Yeah, because he's a season and a half into his United career, and he's done nothing this season.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, it's just when you see little things like those and little moments, you think there's just no intelligence there. As it stands now, I wouldn't even change anything.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
No,
it's not great, but I don't know if. Because also, the way Marcus has been this season, he's not been great, and I don't know if you put him on if he's. Oh yeah, the way here. Oh, for fuck's sake!
It's a bit frantic, isn't it? The more keeper, the more
getting booked for diving. It's a dive, that.
It's surely a dive. It's got to be. That's a dive.
Why is he not booking him for diving there?
That's a dive.
Yeah.
There's no reason for him to go over there. Amrabat touches his hip and he falls over.
Why have he stopped booking players for diving? Sterling did it for Chelsea. Just dived and it wasn't a penalty, it wasn't a booking.
Gravenberch, I don't know if he's knackered or injured, but he's on the floor.
And he's come over to stroke his head.
Yeah, let a fucking Liverpool player look after him.
You know what I mean? Fuck off with that. Are you alright, babes?
Get out. Looks like Gakpo coming on. I think Joe Gomez looks like he's coming on as well.
Yeah.
I wonder who that's for.
The thing is, like, they haven't got an amazing bench, but they got options.
Yeah.
That's what I like to see. Johnny Evans talking to Kobe
good.
Mainoo, giving him instructions, telling him things. He's one of the few players on this pitch who actually listen to as well.
Would you say Future Makers by whoever the fuck that is one of the worst sponsors ever? Just looks absolutely terrible, doesn't it? Looks like it's undeleted.
Yeah, you could say anything, that.
Yeah. It's about 25 words on the shirt. The game's been stopped for ages here, hasn't it?
Yeah.
What's happening? Why has the game been stopped for like nearly 3 minutes?
Oh, man, I hate this. Just blow your whistle, ref. It's final. Blow for full time. Yeah. Everyone's happy.
What was it the other week when the ref blew the whistle like in the 89th minute?
Really?
I think it might have been a Champions League game.
I'd take that.
This season.
I'd take the referee blowing a whistle for 60 minutes by accident.
Yeah. Oh no, it was in the Champions League for United. It was in the first half, and they blew the whistle on like 44, 45, 45, 50.
That's like me when I used to ref at the soccer dome. When I used to sometimes I'd cut it short, and you'd have like managers who timed it and they'd kick off.
Why were you cutting it short so you could stop?
I just these people kicking off, and I just can't be asked.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? One of them ones. I wasn't a ref either. I worked on the bar, but I used to cover when there was a ref shortage.
Ref shortage? What, the refs on strike?
The thing is, like, it's five-a-side. It's like middle-aged men usually, or people, whatever, just kicking off and causing dramas and just being knobs. And then, like, you'd have to go in the bar afterwards and listen to it again in the bar.
Oh, fuck.
Do you know what I mean? You're not even a referee barman. I said, I'm not a fucking ref. What, do you think this is the Champions League final?
Do you think I'm fucking Mike Dean?
Yeah.
If I was a ref, do you think I'm going to be reffing you idiots?
I know, man. It was rowdy as well, you know. Like,
if you're a qualified ref, the first thing you do is get away from five-a-side.
Yeah, yeah. It's not worth the 12 quid an hour or whatever it used to be. I can't remember what it was. It weren't a lot. The only one I used to like doing was the youth league. The youth league was alright.
What's that, like under 18?
Yeah, because you could chat to them and they were good footballers. You know, you used to see some players who had skill. You know what used to annoy me most about refereeing the men's leagues is a lot of them were just terrible.
Yeah.
Like, just terrible at football, arguing all the time.
Yeah.
Just, like, nothing about him. watching the game just from a watching it point of view, just be watching just two terrible teams.
Yeah. Gomez putting crosses in from the right wing there.
I know, man. Well done, Raphael Varane.
Come on.
We love a redemption arc, don't we, at our club? Is there going to be one for Varane?
I hope so.
I do.
I don't dislike him.
No, I don't. There's not a lot to dislike.
No. The other thing I'm not hugely keen on is I don't love this, and it may not be true, but this idea that he got dropped for the derby, so all of a sudden he's up for getting sold. I think that's a bit, come on, fight a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think the problem is as well, nowadays, at the minute at United, it's difficult to sift through the stories and work out what's true and what's not.
Exactly.
Because we have our reliable ones, don't we, that we trust. Yeah. And we have them on the channel. Anyone we have on the channel we trust. They don't come to us, we come to them and go, will you come on here? So we have to get them on for a reason. But there's a lot of sort of... It's a shot from 25 yards out from Mo Salah on the turn, comfortably saved by Nana, almost straight at him. You get into this stage with United where you can just say anything. You can say like, oh, half the team are fed up with the manager, and people go, oh yeah, true. Oh, Varane spat his dummy out. Oh, that sounds true.
Someone covered the manager's car in custard.
Yeah, oh, that sounds true. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? All hate him. Yeah.
Like, it rings true for a lot of these stories.
Yeah.
Right, Amrabat, you didn't need to do that. And now you've set them up on an attack. Over to him. Right, Anthony, win that, lad. Well done, you bought the foul there, he's done well.
My hair don't look like that, does it?
No, if it did, I wouldn't be sat next to it.
Okay, because I know it's not hugely dissimilar, but it ain't the same as that, is it?
It's not.
Okay, thank you. So
I
just needed that.
An abomination. Your hair's perfectly fine. That is disgusting.
Thank you.
And I'm not got hair envy, trust me. I'd rather be bald forever than have that barnet. Just hoofing it up here now in a minute. Luke Shaw fell over at the opportune moment there.
Good block there from fucking McTominay, because they'd have been in there.
Sometimes in these games with Luke Shaw, I actually wonder what is going on with him.
Yeah.
Like...
I wonder if now's the time for Rashford, Go on, Anthony. Right, who's he got on? Right, find the pass. Good lad. Brilliant.
Well done, Kobe Mainoo. Kobe Mainoo is amazing. That is awful, Anthony. And what are you shouting at him for?
Just fucking make the
honestly,
pass on. Højlund is on.
Fucking brain dead.
He's trying to make this pass, threading it through 3 different players. It's almost impossible. Oh my God.
They nearly scored, and that all came from one of the worst passes I've ever seen in my life from Anthony.
And it was fantastic by Kobe Mainoo just before that as well.
Oh, Trent Alexander-Arnold can fuck off with all this. You're doing that because the atmosphere at Anfield is shit.
Oh my God, that is an inch wide though, isn't it?
What are we on here, kid? Hit that like button, please, people. It's so frustrating when I'm watching an 18-year-old who's in trouble, who gets himself out of trouble, plays an inch-perfect pass to his teammate who cost 100 million euros, who then gives the ball away. Honestly, it's embarrassing. I'd bring back Fergie just for a game, just to give him the hairdryer. Honestly, it really would. It's just... Do you know what it is? It's laziness, man. Yeah. It's just lazy, that. It's a lazy pass.
Yeah, it is. Because you've got Højlund making a run into the right wing. You can pass it to him, and it's definitely going to get to him.
Yeah.
And instead he tries to play this fucking needle in a haystack ball that is almost impossible to find. Yeah. Because if I make it, we'd probably score, and if not, well, I don't give a shit anyway.
Right, go on, McTominay.
Right, go on, Anthony, now. What you got, lad? That's better.
McTominay. Oh, Højlund! Oh! That was the chance, man. That was the chance. We might not get another one of them. That's probably the chance of the game so far, that. Højlund here, 8 yards out on an angle, straight at Alisson. Alisson comes out, to be fair. It's not easy, I'm not saying it is. His first touch is good, but it's an easy save in the end. He just hits it at him. He's got to pick a spot there. You've got to pick a spot and put it there, make him work for it. That's the chance of the game, that.
That good play as well.
That was good. Good by McTominay, to be fair. Yeah. Good by Rasmus Højlund. And I think that might be the one you look back at and go, that was it. That was our chance. I hope I'm wrong. I honestly thought he was going to score then.
Yeah, me too.
He did the hard bit. His first touch was spot on. To be fair, Alisson comes out.
Yeah, it's hard because he's narrowing the angle down. It's not easy to find a corner.
You've got to pick a spot and go, right, I'm putting it there, and he just hits it straight at him.
Yeah, it was a bit of a hit.
The only way that goes in is if Alisson falls over.
Fucking hell,
that's a big interception there. Don't go to ground there, Amrabat. Don't. That'll do.
Well done. Good defending. Fucking hell.
Højlund, bro. Højlund.
Fuck me.
Right, he's bringing on Marcus Rashford here. I'll tell you what, Marcus, if you ever want to get yourself out of the funk of this season, this is the game to do it in, my brother.
Good turn there from Dalot.
Go on, Dalot. Go on, Dalot. And then he does what you'd expect him to. Honestly, there was 2 options on there, and he chose neither, and he's just giving the ball away. And he did the hard bit. It's that lack of just awareness. Look up. Like, what? Right, easy passes are on.
He does that though, doesn't he? He's almost really good, but then he's not. Good block. Right, space.
That's a great ball, that, from Scott McTominay. Go on, Anthony, run at him. Go on. No, Scott McTominay trying to walk it through, man.
Salah one-on-one with Varane here.
Help him out, Amrabat. Help him out, lad. Oh. Bloody hell there, Onan. I thought he could have caught that. But
he could have caught it.
Yeah. Instead, he's parried it.
Getting stretched now, this.
To him, Garnacho. To him, lad.
Get near him. Fucking hell. Time.
Scott, is that Højlund?
Højlund.
Right, send him.
That's bad. Bit of space here for Anthony. What you got this time, lad? Found a pass. Well done, McTominay. Oh, come on, man.
Give it him back. Give it him back. This is what happens when you convince someone that they're the greatest player in the world.
He thinks he's the only fucking player on the pitch, Scott McTominay.
He does. It's so dumb, that. I don't mind if you like it's on as well and there's nothing else on, sorry. Yeah. But give it Anthony back. He's in space.
25 yards out as well. It's not like
it's
inside the box. Look up. The only chance is a fucking long range shot. Give it back to Anthony. Try and go left, find Garnacho. Wait for Højlund to catch up. Something. Rashford's coming on for Garnacho.
Rashford's record at Anfield before today: 7 games, no goals, no assists, 2 shots on target. That means he's going to get a bag of 10-minute hat-trick.
Go on. Just last few minutes. We've just had a little bit of success, United, haven't they, in counter-attacking? Yeah. Maybe that's why he's seen the space for Rashford.
Well, you said it, didn't you? You said you'd want Rashford on the edge of that chance. Rashford who's on form, not Rashford this season, but I get your point.
The theoretical Rashford. Well done,
Anthony. Ball.
Well done, Anthony.
He's asking for it, and so was I, to be fair, but I don't think it was, even though I asked for it myself. Right, let's put him under there. Don't just let him have the run of the green.
It's helpful, isn't it? Salah. Back to Alexander-Arnold. We're sitting deep a bit here. I feel sick now, do you?
Yeah. It's the hope that kills you.
I know, yeah.
And that chance for Rasmus Højlund has given me hope. And that's what I don't want, because I didn't have any before kick-off.
Well done.
Come out.
Good defending there.
Tell you what.
Something? Dallow's been so frustrating today because he's done a lot of good things and then a lot of fucking stupid things as well.
That's the thing of the fact it's stupid.
Yeah.
If you're trying something that's on and it don't come off, I get it. It's when you're trying something that's just not on.
Yeah.
Which is what he's done a couple of times. After he's done something really good as well, like you were saying. Turn there. Right, help him out. That's all right, that'll do. Right. What we're doing here, think about it now. Give him an option, Just at the back here now. Delow's hoofing it forward. He's asking a lot there from Anthony. I think it's going to go out for a throw in that. Be nice to get Marcus on the ball at some point. Alisson Becker's still playing out like a sweeper there.
Go on, let's stay with him.
Fuck off!
That's not a foul. You knew he could.
Have you got no pride, you Darwin Núñez? Get up. Right, he leans in at Delow and then falls over.
There you go. The game's in a strange couple of minutes here. It's just opening up a little bit. I know Liverpool have had more of the ball still, but just a bit more space when United are trying to play out from the back. My worry is they're going to be the ones that capitalise on that.
Putting pressure on him here there with that ball then.
Big boot upfield, straight to Van Dijk.
Oh, he's got no chance there, has he, with that?
See, when we've got the ball at the back, they're pushing so high, aren't they? Like, Onana's having to go long. And then, look, we're just playing a different system to them.
Yeah,
I appreciate
I think
that, but we've got to try and win the second ball there.
Well done, Raphael Varane.
Right,
Marcus, go on, turn, son. Go on. That's good, lad, that. He took
It's a foul.
He's right there. He's away. Fuck off, Oliver. It's just a blatant foul when Marcus was off on his toes. It's a yellow card.
Go on, Scott, keep the ball. Hold on.
Go on, Luke Shaw. Go on, son. Kobe Mainu. Oh, Luke Shaw there, thinking he had all the time in the world. Yeah.
As a centre forward.
Yeah, this is what you want, Andre Onana.
It's alright.
I don't care, just get back in your goal.
They're in into the box. Oh, good block. Fucking hell.
What is it? A corner? Or?
Yeah. I don't even know who blocked that. What happened there? Did anyone foul him? Are we going to VAR that? I don't know what's going on.
I don't think there's a foul.
I don't think so either, but when there's so many people come together.
Yeah. I don't even think they're looking for it, to be fair. I actually think that's a foul throw there.
It's a great pass from Salah into Núñez. Even Núñez with his fucking shit touch almost gets
it
that
Amrabat
right.
there who got in?
It's all of them, innit? I think it's technically Amrabat's foot, but there's three of them blocking it. I like that. I know it was Onana's mistake in the first place. Well done, Varane. Win that. Oh, not straight up in the fucking air.
Bloody hell.
They can't just win 4 or 5 fucking... Well done, Onana.
Is that Konate there?
Fucking Zidane in the middle of
I know, yeah.
Onana did well there. Just took a little step to his left-hand side.
Konate turn him like his prime Erik
Cantona.
Cantona.
Step here, look, from Onana. Hey. There you go, straight down the pipe. But there was about 3 second balls or third or whatever you want to call them in a row there that Liverpool won. in and around the edge of our box, that's not very good. You've got to win the header, or we're heading it straight up in the air.
Yeah.
Well done, good touch.
Oh, get up!
Well done,
That's better there, Anthony.
Well done. 2 subs for Liverpool. Is it
Curtis
Jones
and Harvey Elliott coming on. For Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez.
Interesting, that, isn't it? You would say, I guess they're obviously trying to keep more control, but 2 overall less attacking players coming on for 2 more attacking players.
Yeah.
I guess they're just going to restructure things, maybe push Gakpo a bit further forward.
Yeah, they've got Gakpo, they've got Salah, haven't they, on the pitch, so they've got options.
Probably trying to control the game in the midfield a bit more.
I think you're right. Liverpool got 14 goals, by the way, this season, between the 70th and 90th minute.
Yeah.
Anthony did well there, came back, stuck a foot in.
Corner to Liverpool.
Someone on Salah there at the back stick.
We don't mark Salah. It's too obvious. They've won another one. Luckily it's 15, 16 yards out, but...
Was that Van Dijk?
Yeah. Go on, Auntie.
Go on, Auntie. I tell you, that's a fucking great ball from Andre Onana. Marcus, get in there, lad.
Okay, it's alright.
I feel like the moment might have gone. Oh!
So poor from Amrabat there. They recovered well.
I know
there.
Anthony did well there, but part of the thing is he won't use his right foot. I feel like if he could have just got it in there, maybe Marcus would have had a chance to get a shot off himself. Regroup, man. Come on.
Yeah. Come on. I don't think it's going to be 7-0 at least.
Well, you're right. I'm not saying anything. I'm scared to even say anything.
It was 1-1 in the 90th minute against Arsenal. We lost that 3-1. So
yeah.
we could still take a beating.
I remember the 6-1. Was it 3-1 in the 89th?
Yeah. Oh, that's a wasteful shot, really.
If Elliott wants to shoot from fucking 35 yards out, like I'm just going to score the greatest goal ever, then I ain't really got a problem with that.
You're relying on Onana to put the ball
get out of the way, yeah.
Which, he has done this season.
Well, get on with it, Onana. You're just going to get yourself a booking here, lad.
Well done. Shy, man.
Oh, come on, man. You got to at least keep it in.
Liverpool made 4 subs so far. United just 1. We haven't really got any others, have we?
No, not really.
That's the truth.
I mean, there is the option of Palestra for Anthony, but I wouldn't do that, mate.
No. Joe Gomez has played a weird role today.
Yeah, he's like a right winger.
Yeah, centre back come right wing. Like 2 or 3 times he's popped up in that area there, hasn't he? It is Palestri for Mainu. Wow. That's an interesting one. How does that look? McTominay dropping back in?
I wouldn't have done that, but I think Mainoo's played well. He didn't look knackered to me. Oh, has he gone off? No, he's gone sat down. I thought he might have had a knock, but I don't think he has.
Oh, Hannibal's coming on as well. So it's Hannibal for Mainu. What?
Hannibal with them cornrows as well.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Loving it. Pellistri, did he come off for Anthony?
Yeah. I'm surprised that, because Anthony's actually been doing...
Yeah, it's all been going down his side.
Yeah.
Rashford barely touched the ball.
He's not, done anything as such with it, but he's
been good again today, Mainu. Genuinely, the most composed player on the pitch for United, other than maybe Varane and Evans.
No, right. I know you're not. We cannot normalise an 18-year-old starting at Anfield with this team around him against this Liverpool team and putting in a performance we've just seen from the kid.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
It was excellent.
I have seen much, much better, like some of the best midfielders I've ever seen play for United couldn't have done what he's just done at 18 years old. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's nerve-wracking,
It's one of them where it says it all to me that it's a big call taking him off.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Well done. A lot of heavy touches in this game, aren't there?
There isn't, no. Well, come on, he's give you a fucking option there.
Yeah, take ages and then throw it to the bloke who's got 3 Liverpool players around him.
Honestly. It's brainless again.
Marcus getting near that second ball. Shit.
Marcus, help out.
Good block from Varane. Fucking hell. Just like, I don't know what the plan was there. You take ages, let Højlund come to you for the throw-in, and then just throw it down the line
And then
to someone who's got every Liverpool player around him. It's like we're so scared of losing the ball further up that we'd rather boot it longer, knowing we're going to lose it.
It's that whole thing with Deloney's decision making at times. It's like he could have gone early then, like you say. Højlund had no one near him. It was like 1-2.
Yeah.
Or he could have even had time to turn.
Found a one ahead from our own from their corner.
It's that Scott McTominay with the head off.
Salah with the ball in, headed away by Shaw and then by Pellistri. It's mad seeing Hannibal without his. I know he's got hair, but without his big hair.
I know.
I couldn't tell who it was. I saw him running. I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" That's good. That's really dangerous there.
They're asking for a handball here. There might be one for VAR. No!
Fucking hell!
Getting in each other's way. They're asking for handball. It's being checked.
Oh, fuck off.
Nah, it's.
His
I
arm's
think
down
it's.
by his side anyway.
I think that it's his. No.
It's not a handball, man. You can't be giving that.
No.
It does hit his arm, but his arm's down by his side.
Do you know what?
The ball bounces his foot and comes straight
I'd
up.
fully lose my head, mate, if I played for England with someone and they were doing all that shit.
No penalty. Good.
It's the first thing VAR's got right all season.
Fuck. They're just winning every header, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not to put it at the feet of Onana because he ain't got a pass on most of the time. But the fact that we're just booting the ball up when they've got fucking Van Dijk just winning every header.
Gomez has got pictures of Diogo Dalot on his wall.
Yeah, well.
Why would I give it back to Mo Salah when I can score from an angle that no one's ever scored for before?
It's a bit.
Klopp's taking that well.
Well done. Foul,
Referee, it's a foul! Oh, you give that one, don't you? Not bad.
Pellistri sprinting back into position. Yeah, we're just booting the ball straight up to Højlund, and you know maybe he could be doing better, but he isn't. And Van Dijk is exceptional in the air, as we know. Go on then.
That's not a foul. Well, that fucking is. Have a bit of that. What are you getting involved for? What are you getting involved for, Gomez, you dickhead?
What's he going to do?
Well, he ran over then, and he didn't even go for Luke Shaw. He ran up to him and stood in front of him. Absolute knobhead.
It's a booking, isn't it, obviously? It's no more than that, is it?
Like, they all ran up to him and then just stopped.
Trying to make out like it's something worse than it is. What do you want?
Well, it's not a red card, is it?
For tripping someone up? Is that what you want?
Like, that is a foul on Hannibal, and then Luke Shaw does what I'd have done.
Just trips him up. Fine.
Have a bit of that.
It's not high. He doesn't land on him with his studs. He just slides his foot in front of him. Like, what do you want? A fucking red for that?
They all ran over to him then and stopped as well when they got to him. Like,
yeah, because they know really they're not going to do fuck all, are they?
It's like he just stood there and they all just stood in front of him. Fucking hell. Liverpool have played 11 games at Anfield and won 11 this season. That's nice to know. Well done for Kundo. Oh, referee!
Well done.
Naughty that. He knew what he was doing.
What are we doing?
Oh, why'd you do that, man? I get you trying to catch him out, but
We
come
wait
on.
10 minutes
Just
to get a
giving him
fucking
the
hold of
ball.
the ball and we just give it him
Fucking
straight back.
dumb.
It's so stupid that. Just giving them possession for free.
What's the runner?
Well done, Varane. Fucking hell. Hoyland looks shattered to me. I ain't got anyone on
Fucking hell, how quick was that ball boy then? Threw that ball on before it come off.
Has Rashford touched the ball since he came on?
Yeah, he has. He's had a couple of touches.
Has it? I've not seen him
because that
carry the ball.
Anthony squared it to him, didn't he?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Like, he's not touched it a lot, not pretending, but
yeah, no, I was trying to think, but he's not brought the ball out. It's weird, isn't it, that like you said, Anthony was all of United's attacks were coming down the right hand side.
Yeah,
and then we took Anthony off.
It's weird because I
really
wouldn't have took Maney or Anthony off.
Yeah,
and I'm not, Anthony's biggest fan, but like he was having a lot of the ball, and bless you, I haven't really had it. And also, Anthony was doing well defensively. Anthony, to be fair to the kid, and Maney was, to me, looked fine on the ball. He was composed. He didn't look like he'd run out of steam.
Win that. You got to win that. Well done. Go on, Marcus.
Come on, Marcus.
Well done, Hannibal. Inside. It's a foul.
Are you not giving that?
Oh, fuck me.
No, he's give it to them.
You what? He's not give them a foul, has he? For what? Gets the ball, to be fair. He pulls his shirt back. Yeah, there you go. That's stupid, that. It's a good area, this.
This is the risk you run when you play Hannibal in these situations, though. He's always going to give away free kicks. It's just...
Well done, Varane.
Go on, Anana. Wipe everyone out!
Varane's been exceptional today. Whoa.
Don't do this.
Free kick in an even more dangerous area now. There's not much in that, is there?
There's nothing in it.
Gets the ball.
Gets the fucking ball. It's not even a free kick. Fuck off.
That's not a yellow card, that. Literally slides in, wins the ball, and then just about kicks the player afterwards.
It's pathetic. It's just the usual nonsense. The crowd go berserk, and the ref gives a fucking free kick and a yellow card to Marcus. Just utterly fucking stupid and shit.
Headed over there by Gakpo, was it?
I don't don't give a shit, bro. I just want to see 3 minutes of shithousery now.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly. That's all I want to see in life. Mate, he's had a free header there.
Yeah, I know Gakpo's not bad in there, but if that's Van Dijk or Konate, that's probably 1-0, innit?
Yeah.
Well done, Pellistri. It's a good knock, that. Win that second ball. Win that third ball. Time. Well done, lad. Come this way. Fuck me. Well done, Amrabat. Jesus. Well done. Now go.
Go on, Marcus.
Keep the ball, lad. Keep the ball, lad. Well done. Oh!
Oh, that's a great ball as well, that. Just where you wanted it. Take the foul. You fucking cheating bastards. Who's he booking there?
Dallo. What? Who's he sent off? Dallo. Dallo's been sent off for 2 yellows in 5 seconds.
You're a fucking knobhead, Michael Oliver. You're a fucking cheating twat. Honestly. Has to make it about him, doesn't he?
And it is our throwing, by the way.
It's our throwing.
It is our throwing. So he's got that wrong to start with. He screamed at him, fair enough. I can see why he's given a booking for that. What's the second one for? What's the second one for?
That is a disgrace, that. That is a fucking disgrace.
When you look as well, Darwin Núñez in the first half booted the ball down the pitch and got a booking, and then started giving the thumbs up to the fucking linesman for giving a booking. And he didn't get a second yellow for that. We need to see it properly because you can't even see in that.
It's Michael Oliver was in danger of not making the game about him, so he had to fucking do something, and he's running out of time. I know what I'll do. I'll fucking send someone off for not giving away a throw-in because I'm a knobhead. And that weakens us now for this last fucking minute with a player who's been playing well defensively, especially. Right? Honestly, he's a fucking knobhead, Michael Oliver. There's nothing in that. It's not 2 yellow cards, man. It's just not. And what are you crying for, you absolute weapon? We're drawing at home.
Who even what? Was that a Liverpool fan?
Like, with his head in his hands, like they've just lost the Champions League final. Get a grip.
Maybe he was going to win £1 billion if Dallo didn't get sent off.
I put my mortgage on Dallo not to get a red card. Oliver, you're a dickhead. You know that's not 2 yellows, that. It's not.
Was the whole thing we saw there, was that the red card?
It had to be, didn't it?
I don't know, because the last thing we saw was Dallo looking like he was calming down with his hands on his knees. Does he then go back at him again? How long we got here? Probably another, 30, 40 seconds? We've played 95 and a half, but obviously there's been a sending off in that.
Just robbing us, man. It is. It's not a fucking red. I don't care.
Hoyland's absolutely goosed, isn't he? Handball. Come on, ref, blow up.
Yes! Yes! And I will celebrate that draw at Anfield like it's a win. Eh? All the fucking talk about we're going to get battered. Eh? Even when the referee's trying to rob us, we still get a point. Thank you. Right. Abdullah, quickly, we'll have a little bit of you and then we're going to go to the review.
Do you know what? Before the game happened, that didn't feel possible to me.
Brilliant. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I don't care we were sloppy. I don't care the fact that we gave the ball away a lot. I don't care about anything. We got a point there against the team that's flying and we were struggling with injuries. Players ran themselves into the ground. All I want to see today was us working hard and making them work for it. And we did. Yes, we were sloppy. Yes, we gave the ball away. Yes, some of our decision making was poor. But in terms of the tactics, Erik Ten Hag deserves a big pat on the back. He got it spot on, and we could have nicked a winner there.
Yeah.
Also, in terms of the effort and the energy, fantastic. And I just want to, I mean, you can mention a lot of players. Varane there,
Immense.
very good game.
Yeah.
And Kobbie Mainoo as well, I thought was particularly good. I just feel that you've got to give credit where it's due. Everyone expected us to get better today.
Yeah.
And to get a point at Anfield, no one's done it this season, have they?
No.
Do you know what I mean? No one's done it. So I'll take that. Well done. Well done to all
And you
concerned.
can tell from the fact that you could see with a minute to go, a Liverpool fan sat in the crowd with his head in his fucking hands. That tells you that that's not the result they wanted either. So, you know, I'm very, very happy with that. Abdul, 90 minutes, a point gain for Manchester United. Back to the wall performance, admittedly. What did you make of that?
I thought it was a solid defensive performance, obviously. I thought Raphael Varane and Johnny Evans done really well. Diogo Dalot, like, you guys summed it up. Like, he does the right thing at the start. Not talking about the sending off, that was just ludicrous, and I hope that's something Man United can appeal. But he has like a great moment where he beats his man, gets away, and then he just flops. That's in terms of the defence. And Luke Shaw, had some decent defensive recoveries. Thought Kobbie Mainoo was class in midfield. Obviously had to stretch for a few challenges. That will come with experience where he can win those tackles. But the amount of times where he just looks under pressure but just seems to come out of it and play us through. And it almost makes it so inexcusable that our other midfielders don't do the same thing. That's what, that's the feeling that I have, when you watch someone like Kobbie Mainoo. Big result. Even if you're in a title race and you go to Anfield and you get a draw like that, you take that all day.
Take that every day.
Andre Onana made some decent saves. There was a lot of difficult moments in the box as well where he had to try and catch the ball or punch it out and stuff, and he dealt with it. The referee, Michael Oliver, I've said this for years here, like, you guys know me on the channel, like, the amount of times I speak about Michael Oliver, genuinely a disgrace of a referee. Absolutely horrible refereeing, because in the first half, Darwin Núñez kicks off at him after he clearly fouls whoever it was. I don't remember who
Luke Shaw, I think.
Luke Shaw takes out Luke Shaw with a clear foul, starts throwing his hands up, swearing,
boots
turns
the ball
to the
away,
ref,
gets a booking already.
boots the ball away, gets yellow, but then carries on, screaming at the referee.
Thumbs up, giving him a sarcastic thumbs up and all that, clapping along.
Do you know what?
For nearly a minute straight, Núñez just giving him abuse. Núñez should have been sent off in the first half.
I'm not having that just ignored. It's Michael Oliver being a dickhead.
Michael Oliver's a disgrace.
He is a disgrace.
He's got a problem with Man United, and he needs to be spoken about.
He got it. 94th minute, he thought, fucking hell, I've not done anything here that's, about me. How can I get on the back pages? I don't know, I'll send someone off. Always give away a throw-in. Oh, actually, it's not. Fuck it. 2 yellows, off you go. Even if it was 1 yellow, I'm not having it. Because he snapped and then calmed himself down.
Honestly, most times I'm on, like, I don't even bother with the point of the ref, and we're just looking to the tactics and stuff. But with Michael Oliver, it's different because we've seen it year in, year out. You remember the Herrera red card when he slips at Old Trafford. You remember Di Maria against Arsenal. You remember Chris Smalling at the Etihad. You remember Herrera at Chelsea away. These are all Michael Oliver, and a lot of them have been controversial. And it's continued, and it's something that someone's got to pick up on in the media from Man United, because it's an absolute disgrace. But you got to take the point at Anfield. I did think that the change that we made with Marcus Rashford, I thought that should have come a bit earlier, in my opinion anyways. Felt there was areas to exploit. Højlund and Garnacho both had good chances. Højlund made more of his chance. Could have done a bit better with the rebound. Alisson done really well. Garnacho, I thought, if he just takes a better touch in front of him to settle it, then has the shot. I think if Marcus was in that area there, you would have wanted him there to have that chance. But I thought he put a cross goal there in the end. That could have been the moment on his left foot, and we missed that. We've seen that earlier in the season, the cross to Eriksen in the Forest game, and no one's really done that. But you got to take the point at Anfield, and hopefully this kick-starts something, for Erik, because it is usually it ends at Anfield for our managers. But Erik's, I think, sort of passed the test, I'd say.
Thanks for that, Abdullah. Put a link in the chat as well. I wanted to mention we are going to be in Dublin on the 28th of December. There's a link in the chat. Sorry, forgive me. It's already there. Me, Joe, Maka, Howson, and Wes Brown, the hardest man in all the town. We're going to be chatting to him. It'll be a proper laugh as well, right? So come and meet us. We'll have a chat before and after. We'll have a drink with you guys. come down there. We did it last year. It was fantastic. Big thank you to Abdullah. Go and check him out on your socials. Joe, you know what? I am unashamedly buzzing at a 0-0 at Anfield. I don't give a fuck. Everyone wrote us off.
Yeah.
It's Erik Ten Hag's last game. It's going to be 7-0.
Yeah.
Liverpool winning the title. United shit. All the rest of it. And even with the best efforts of Michael Oliver and everyone else, we got a point, and we did it with a team that was missing our captain, missing one of our best players last season, missing another defender as well, missing all sorts. Kobe Mainoo, the best midfielder on the pitch, 18 years old.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know what? I'm loving that one.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I am.
Well, I mean, you look at the expectation going into the game. Liverpool were expected to win. United were expected to lose, and that didn't happen. We got a better result than we thought we would. They got a worse result. That is worth celebrating.
We won.
Yeah. Right, that's going to be all for us. Stick around for the review. We're going to go into the details, have a look at what this means for Erik Ten Hag as well. If you stay where you are, you'll automatically be taken to the review. Like Jay said, the link is in the comments for our live podcast in Dublin on the 28th of December. Perfect Christmas gift as well for anyone that you know that likes Stretford Paddock, or just come down yourself. Thank you very much for joining us. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0, but more than that, a massive point for Erik Ten Hag and his future at Manchester United. We'll see you in a bit.